and our voices, maybe not the video just yet, should be heard.
You mean I made a funny face at our viewers and they
Yep.
didn't even get to see it? The horror.
Look, if you look on the stream, we have these wonderful dancing dudettes, you know? So they will be shifting. They're just giving me
Here we
trouble
are.
today.
Oh, hey. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hit about. Give me 1 sec. Let me turn off my video and see if my logo pops up.
Yeah, logo
Okay, so
popped
my
up.
logo pops up.
Discord just doesn't
So
want me to
yeah,
get this your faces.
that makes
Okay,
sense.
so
I
I'll
mean,
turn off the video then.
I wouldn't want to show my face either.
Uh,
Uh, oh, there I am. Hi. Oh, look at that beautiful man. I'm frozen though.
I think there's I have to find a good You guys get to hear troubleshooting. I think I have to find a good server, a good midpoint for us, because when all of us, depending on where we all are geographically,
Mm-hmm.
if we have, and I think we have a weight over to one side where one server would be. I can't just. I don't think I can just use U.S. East.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to find a central point so that the latency did, because I think they have this like in single threaded system when it comes to getting video in. So right
Mm-hmm.
now I can see Fire fine because he's the only one with his video on. So there's no latency. They're not battling with each other. But I
Gotcha.
feel like if we have one weighted side, and I think all of us except one of us is on the East Coast, um, then it'll start slowing down everyone's video to get through. That's my theory.
Where
I'm
is
not sure
everybody
though.
again? I forgot.
I'm in the
Cass,
south.
you're in the south.
I'm
Yeah,
on the East Coast.
southeast.
I'm in New York.
In New York, okay.
Maine.
Maine. Yeah, I'm in Ottawa, which is in Ontario, so that's
Yeah,
eastern.
Yeah.
maybe I just need if we can find a northern server or even a
Yeah, that
central
might
server,
help.
push us out further. It'll lower it'll heighten latency, but it'll give us both time to get there.
I wonder, I could probably maybe use a VPN to the US. Would that help, or?
Uh, possibly that's a good. Hey, actually, yeah.
Okay. Where's my?
But then again, it was fine last weekend, so it could be a
Toxic's in the
Discord thing.
chat saying Discord is doing the tango, giving KD issues as well. When you guys talk about this stuff, I get the experience of listening to a tech in the Cyberpunk Red universe, because I know what you're saying makes perfect sense, but man, do I not understand any of it.
Yeah, I felt that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can totally turn on my Nord. This episode brought to you by NordVPN.
Please why not sponsor us, Nord?
Yeah.
Lord, please.
Oh, okay. So this
Look at
is
that. Awk
our,
Raven is already starting to mess with you guys.
right. I was about to say this whole start has been just as chaotic as this game is about to be. Um,
Naturally.
but
Mhm.
I'll reel us back in. That was a good segue. Uh, whilst we get all of our things set, and just bear with us on the video. It shall be fixed, or at least we have our wonderful GM's face up here, and myself, the Horn Sunshroom. Jaws, the solar power bard. If you didn't know who I was, you like that segue? Ooh, nice. And welcome to our stream, where we'll be streaming Nuclear Eddies, a Cyberpunk podcast. I would love for everyone to introduce who you are, and where we can find you on the internet and what you'll do, starting with LOL.
Hey, so currently I'm the haters gonna hate box on the bottom right hand corner. Discord is discording, so yeah. So real name Johnny. I'm the resident Canadian here. I'm up in Ottawa. I'm found on the old person social network on Facebook, also on Instagram and Discord and what is it called? Twitter. I dead named Twitter because of Elon Musk, so fuck him. And yeah, I don't really have a lot of content that I post online. I will be posting some of my I paint miniatures. I will be posting more and more of those. I'm finishing up a Gundam diorama build as we speak. And today I will be playing. What's my character's name? Laurent Daou, or aka Details. He's a tech, and he's French, so I'll have a thick French accent.
Nice. A huge fan. We're gonna die.
What do you mean? Did you guys figure out that I could just start using my own points to give
Oh
myself
no,
plus
no,
twos?
I definitely, I know, I definitely remember. Guys, we have points too. Just, but and we'll talk about the redeeming of these because there needs to be. I'm gonna have to. That's a new job.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Cassie, go ahead.
I am Cassidy. I am a player today, former DM. I will be back in the DM seat soon for season 2. I am playing Abel, the rocker boy extraordinaire. And you can find me on Discord at Cassidy_Grant. I also take place in another streamed game at twitch.tv/orcskull on Thursdays at 2 p.m. EST or 12 p.m. MST, where we dive into some more Cyberpunk Red with me as a player. Yeah, not much going on. There will be some updates soon, I promise, on all the fun stuff that I've been talking about. But for now, we're just gonna be playing some good old fashioned Cyberpunk. Um, and yeah, and I'll be actually looking for players for some other TTRPG stuff. So if you're interested in playing under me, please contact me on Discord. And I'd love to talk to you guys. Or if you just have any questions about the world or anything. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Um, and our wonderful, wonderful referee, our GM, Firebone. Give us, who are you? Where can we find you? What you doing?
Who am I? Where am I? How did I get here? All
Mm-hmm.
excellent questions. Hello, everybody. I am Brandon. I am going to be your wild and zany host today. I run a couple of other games. I really love the Cyberpunk universe. And yeah, I'm excited to looking forward today. You can find me on Fire and Bone 16 on Instagram, where I post very nice art other people have made of my characters and my own slowly getting better drawing skills as well.
Oh yeah. That's very dope. Um, Now there's this new redeem that we have, which is the roll boost ±2. Right? It's crazy. What do these things mean? Oh well, people have already figured it out. You just add +2 or -2 to GM. But when can we use those things? We can use these things, and this is GM's sign off on it, or yay or nay. State your case. Um, we can use these things um, only if it's been redeemed before the roll to create a pool. The reason I have to do this is because I have to tally, or someone has to write down who gets what, and sometimes it might be redeemed beforehand. So, like inspiration is used in most games, you can burn one of these roll boost and take it off your tally, if that makes sense for the players. Um,
Yeah.
and I'll try to keep it in like an omni list as we go. Um, but try to mark down your own, you know, as well too, if you see it and your chat's open. But for those of us who don't have chat open, I'll try to write it down too.
Yeah, I'm gonna have the chat open, but I'm gonna be focused on the game.
Yeah, yeah,
and
forget
forget about it.
exactly. So I'll try to keep you remind, even though to our chagrin, you know, like I'll try to keep you informed. on how many you got.
I appreciate that. Realizing I didn't keep track of the date. Terrible. Terrible GM. 1,000 demerits for me.
Not 1,000 demerits.
That's okay. I'll just give them to you guys instead.
Oh no.
Oh, I came in full of spice and vigor today.
GM is
Yes.
spicy.
So, you
Please
guys
run.
ready to play some Cyberpunk, or do we need to figure out more tech stuff? Maybe get some water. Remember, hydrate. There's even a hydrate button where you can make us drink things,
Mhm.
mostly coffee for me.
No, yeah, I'm ready to. I'm ready and down to go. We do have one more member, my mod and queen. She says, and I'm Toxic Demon, the official stream troller. I don't know shit about Cyberpunk, but I know how to annoy my friends. So stick around for some random dad jokes and random insertions. So
Yeah.
turn on that Night City radio, and you might just get a dad joke.
Hey. All right. Well, with that, Cassidy, I believe, has stepped away to pick up his groceries, as he said he would. Oh,
Mhm.
there he is. I see him in the mirror now.
Beautiful.
I did come full of pep and vigor. Yes. So, does anyone want to give a recap of what we did last session, or would you like me to?
I would love if how do you pronounce his name? Laurent? I can't do it. I don't.
Laurent?
Yes, French is
Oh,
not.
Laurent. Yeah,
Yeah.
Laurent Daou.
Could he please
Sure.
do the recap?
Sure. So last time we met, the characters met my wonderful self, and we got a job. I forget the name of the guy, but he was in a night a day market. He hired us. I think Muse was his name. Was that it? N'est-ce pas?
Mhm.
Yes.
It's Muse, yeah. Muse was the guy's name, and he hired us to collect and bring 3 package to different destination for his 3 client that he has. And we pick up the first package, but it going now to the executive zone, and the card that I, how we say, appropriated off the street, it looked too bourgeois, too Bates, like low model to get into executive zone. So we bring it back to my chop shop. I clean it up, and mes amis, I believe it was I forget your characters' names, Cassidy and c'est
Uh,
pas l'autre.
Onyx.
What's your characters?
Onyx SMS.
Onyx, yeah. Onyx and SMS. Them they make a illegal pass for us. They forge that's the word in English. Forge pass for us to get through. So with my brand new wheels and the pass, we get through to the executive zone, and that I believe, my friends, is where we are today.
Mhm.
I don't think I miss anything. Did we miss anything?
I don't think so.
I think that
I think we
summarizes
went
it
back to
pretty
sleep and
damn
then we go
well.
back the next day, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Better in the morning when people are not too awake.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Not too on guard.
Yeah.
Did you mention the lovely paint job that you gave the car?
Yeah, I brought
Mhm.
it to my
Okay.
chop shop, and that's what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe I save my IP point, and now that I have car, I can maybe become nomad in future using
Oh,
car
nice.
that I purchase, kind of bringing the story into player progression.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm very down for that. But you do already have the car, and I'm
Yeah,
not so monstrous as I'm going to just destroy it randomly. I'll destroy it for story purposes.
that works.
That was an excellent recap. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Thank you.
Uh,
10 out of 10.
I'm glad
yes,
I paid attention.
right? Someone
Yeah.
has to. Yes, so we rejoin our lovely folks on July 12th. It's a nice warm day, clear skies. It's a great time to be in Night City, except for, the smell, the crime, the violence, the corruption, the
The
nuclear
Night
fallout.
City.
The Night City. It's not a great place to be in Night City, but hey, it's where you guys are currently living, so you might as well make use of it. Last time we left off, the modifications to the vehicle were going to take about a day. So you did about half of it that evening, and then you did the other half in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of that was simply just waiting for paint to dry because you had to put on multiple coats.
Mhm.
So you were able to do like a little bit of your own morning routines and stuff like that. And I believe we're rejoining our group around noon on this day. So hit about we go around. Ooh, someone's now following us. Yay.
It's me.
It's
Yeah,
you.
it's
Hey,
Cassidy.
you know what? You
welcome to
count.
the
You
welcome to the
matter.
network.
Even if Craig has pushed you off the screen and doesn't let you be seen anymore.
Discord.
We are we are rejoining our lovely crew at noon on the 12th. Why don't we go around and just see what people have been up to today? Now let's start with Onyx, our lovely exec. How have you spent your morning in general leading up to this job?
I have nothing really to report. Nothing's been done. I would have checked the daily memo, see what's going on there. I would have had um SMS do a morning sweep on our like whatever our office equivalent of is of a database, our XML files, our like Excel
Mhm.
sheets, where our little locked vault in the office. I imagine that we have of
Yeah.
things. I have her do a sweep, make sure it hasn't been tampered with. I don't feel like getting any demerits or written up for that. Um,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
other than that, uh, I would also ask SMS if she could figure out, or if I need to figure out who is going to be, um, like the people checking us into the executive zone. Like whose shift is it?
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and have SMS roll a library search for that?
Okay. She may not get anything, but that's what we'd be busying ourselves with in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Roll them dice,
Right?
'cause that's what we're here to do.
Dice rolls. I clicked the button. Did it come
That's a
through?
good roll. Yep, it just
All right,
popped up.
cool.
Sometimes it takes a minute. Yeah, so that is an 18, which beats the DV for a professional result. SMS gives you a pretty detailed list of maybe not necessarily the names of people who
Mm-hmm.
are going to be at the various gates, but definitely the corporations
Yeah,
that back them.
that's what I was looking for.
Metacorp is a pretty much a nomad group. I'm not sure how many people they would have kind of guarding the doors of the executive zone,
Not many.
but you definitely see at a couple of the entrances there are people who have positive relations with your
Mm-hmm.
corporation, and you with your fancy suit and your corporate connections probably can grease the wheels, so to speak.
Cool, cool. So I'll just let
Yeah.
the team know those locations.
Yeah. And actually, this is a great segue into another thing. During our last session, you had SMS look into the numbers and information that was on the side of the mysterious package that you
Mm-hmm.
have been given. The nice real wooden box full of some sort of bottles and liquid. Who knows
Mm-hmm.
what's in there? Uh, they have gotten back to you about that, and their search has revealed that this is shipping information favored by the Steel Vaqueros. Are you the player familiar with that group?
I'm not. They sound familiar, but I can't say I can't. Like I know them.
I'm not going to make you roll for this because you are a part of Metacorp, which is a nomad
Mm-hmm.
organization, and the Steel Vaqueros is a nomad pack.
Mm-hmm.
The Steel Vaqueros are a nomad pack that goes up and down California, or what used to be California before everything went to hell.
Mm-hmm.
Um, generally they go to various agricultural sites transporting cargo, goods, uh, decent people.
Mhm.
Um, this appears to be some of their shipment information. And while she wasn't able to nail it down specifically, you have figured out that this package came from somewhere in the Northern California
Okay.
area.
Bet.
But there are notably no symbols on it that say it's full of poison or radioactive stuff, though it is flammable. Woohoo! We got an ad. It's Taco Tuesday.
Right.
Yeah. This actually looks like a good ad. Okay, focus. Focus. Listen, they put Taco Bell in front of me, and
I get it. I get it.
yeah. Yeah, so she gives that information to you. You can, of course, share it with the rest of the crew, but knowing that the contents of this box are flammable is probably something that would be a good idea to alert to people.
No, for sure. Especially because the last time I wrote in my notes, um, uh, Amalek, he he said that it was non-explosive. I mean, we never asked if it was flammable, so I'll let him know. I mean, it's a wooden box, but I will let the team know um, that this thing is particularly flammable, based off of some information SMS found from yesterday.
Yeah. And with that, we will shift over to the lovely details over in his part of the world. You're finishing up your stuff. Beyond working on the car and getting it looking nice and removing the screwdriver that you had just kind of jammed in there so that you could be able to start it, what have you been up to this morning?
What else have I been up to? Well, like everything in the morning, shower, shave, put product in my hair and style it, and at least 50 milliliters of cologne and eau de toilette, and then take cigarette and espresso, and then I also want to change the sound system in the car because fucked if I'm not going to be able to listen to good music while we're driving around. Um, I
I
put
yeah, no roll needed. You can do that.
excellent. Yeah, I also yeah. What else do we do? I don't know what else. I see what the if the la petite fille that lives next door, the nice lady that lives next door, if she's home, and I talk to her a bit. I say hi, invite her for dinner. I'm going to be making a poireau soup. I have fresh leeks and potatoes. You come over and I make you a proper French soup.
So
And
nice.
that's about it. The, the installation of the radio and finish all the little petit détails on the car will take me the rest of the morning. And I'm working slow. It's best in life not to do things too fast. Huh?
Yeah. That actually is great because I was going to ask you, for story related reasons, how you treat people in the area and how they kind of view you. But obviously, if you're going to your neighbor offering to cook her, fresh food, and this seems to be a regular occurrence, people in the neighborhood probably think very good of you. This is
Yeah,
good to know.
there is an older man who lives downstairs. I sometimes I bring up his mail and I take down his trash. It's a community after all, no?
I love it. So yeah, you're working on that. You're making your rounds. I'm really digging that.
This way also if I do something illegal, maybe they don't sell me out.
Maybe they don't sell you out.
Hmm.
I love it. Maybe they let you know if they've seen a guy with a shotgun hanging around your front door before you walk out.
Exactly.
Meet the
Right.
guy with the shotgun at your front door.
Husbands of jilted lovers, maybe, I don't know.
Hey,
With that super
I
is
like it. And let's swing over to Abel. Abel, you're kind of hanging out in the Badlands, at least that's where you live. Or did you go home last night? What have you been doing?
No, yeah, he definitely went home. He likes to stay fresh, you know. I mean, he's a rocker boy. He prides himself on his appearance, so he can't be seen wearing yesterday's clothes. So he goes home, catches a few hours of sleep, before waking up. Looks in the mirror, sees some stubble, but decides not to shave it. He's like, well, I gotta look tough today. I gotta look the part of a bodyguard. So he goes to his closet, dons his the closest thing he can imagine to what a corporate goon would wear, just a two-piece black suit. Not super well fitting, not necessarily tailored because it's not necessarily about the fine details, more about what you're capable of. And he forgoes a tie, forgoes a bow tie. Before just getting all his stuff together. He checks his light tattoos. Tries to make sure that the ones that are not necessarily corporate friendly would be covered up by some longer sleeves. um, and he throws on a pair of gloves to cover the ones across his hands before getting together all his gear, kind of piling it up near the door. His armor jack, his assault rifle, the stuff that you can't necessarily carry into the corporate zone. He's just kind of putting it to the side before he stows his SMG, his pistol, and a few rounds on him. He sits down for nice glass of water, nice glass of coffee, and just a little pastry for breakfast. It's a little stale, but still tastes good. Before shooting over his address to details so that you can come pick him up because he does not want to call a taxi
I don't blame you.
again today. And now that they have a car.
Yeah. And I'm loving that you guys are remembering that I warned you that clothing and weapons might be a factor in this executive zone adventure. Abel, I've actually got a little bit of a random question for you, but I promise it's going to come up later. What is the name of your latest song that you have released on the data pool? If you've released anything on the data pool, I should say.
That is a good question. He mostly does covers, but in terms of like an original song, my gosh, man, you're putting me on the spot, man.
Yeah. Trust me, you'll like what I do with it. I promise. Will you?
Okay.
You could honestly, if you want to just pull up a random word generator or just make something up on the fly, I'm totally down for that. I did put you on the spot. I gave you no warning for this.
You can always ask chat.
You know what?
Yeah.
Red City. Perfect name for a song about Night City.
Red City.
City.
Yeah. That's a good one.
That came from a generator, guys. That came from a song generator, guys.
Hey,
Very nice.
You know what?
If it.
Honestly, I used random generators because sometimes you just need to hit your brain with a bunch of words so that a new idea forms and you get the juices running again.
Yeah.
Fuzzing your
Beautiful.
brain.
Yeah. So I think details. Would details actually go out to pick up our lovely friend?
Was on
Mr.
mute.
Edible.
How far is
Okay.
my lovely friend?
Let's go over to the map.
It's a bit out of the way, but it's not too far from where the executive zone actually is.
So I think you said somewhere in this area, I believe, like that general vicinity.
Oh, that's not far. I'm over here. Huh?
No, that's not far at all.
I live here. He lives there. Yeah.
How far away are they from me?
You, my friend,
They should be pretty
you
far.
are. Actually, no, let me do a focus ping so I can bring you guys
Yeah.
over there. You are in that general area. But the plus side is you, because of your executive lifestyle, which is the good pre-pack, you at least get a taxi per day covered in your lifestyle. You also have access to public transportation, which could take you out there. So you do have options.
Yeah.
And during the day, public transportation is usually pretty safe. At night, especially after midnight, it gets a little questionable, but at night should be good.
And if I take the route going through the upper Merida, I should be fine.
Oh yeah, you should definitely be fine. You would be hard pressed to find a taxi that would take you into the combat zone, just to be perfectly blunt.
I mean, that's valid.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll say that whole pickup thing happened, so we'll still be starting at noon. Details: when you are coming back to your garage, you notice that there is a very small figure outside at like kind of the entrance to their thing. If you want to give me a quick perception to give some information about them, go
Small
for it.
figure, like a person or a.
Who knows? I'm
Oh,
kidding. It's something. Probably fine. It's
oh,
probably fine.
No, but is it like a figurine or is it like a person?
No,
Like,
no, it is a person. My
oh, okay.
apologies.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure. So you said perception.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really
What did I
good
roll?
roll.
9,
Yeah,
18. Nice.
nice. Uh, yes. So you scan this person, and I think you like now that you're kind of looking at them, you recognize them. This is one of some of the like children who are kicking around the neighborhood. In various states of housing because of the horror of Night City.
Mhm.
Because, however, you are pretty friendly and you've been pretty open, over time, sometimes people who have been going through the ruins of the destroyed city center or kids who are on the outskirts will bring you something they think might be valuable to see if you want to buy it.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Hello, little one, mon ami. What do you have for me? Let's
Oh,
see. You
hey,
have.
hey, details, and just hands you this like we're gonna call it cloth, even though it's not real cloth. This kind of cloth wrapped thing. Once you take it and unwrap it, you see that it is a cyber deck. Not looking in good shape though. Can you go ahead and roll me either basic tech to do a kind of like cursory scan of this, or if you have something like electronic security that's a little bit better, feel free to use that too.
Electronic security at 14 and basic tech at 12.
Yeah, it might
Uh,
do electronic security then.
excellent. Let's have a look, see what we can see. And my tech ability, fabrication, upgrade, field expertise, that would help, no?
It should already be factored into the roll.
Okay, so.
Yeah, if you enter it into your sheet, roll 20 does all the math
Ah,
for you.
there we go. 17.
Yeah. 17. So you
Zit.
examine this cyber deck. Unfortunately, the cyber deck itself is destroyed beyond repair. It kind of has a bunch of burn and singe marks on it. Looks like someone ran afoul of a hellhound and got set on fire.
mm,
But as you go through it, you do see that there are a couple of programs that you could repair so that they would be useful. Specifically, a shield program and a SIA program. And I will share the info for that so that you have the descriptions just as soon as I find the thing. With the with your tech ability, with the repair thing, which can be found on 140 of the core book, it would take you, I believe, about an hour to fix these things up so that a net runner might be able to use them. You could sell it or do whatever you want with it. It's also very clear that this child has no idea the value of the things that they are offering you, so it's kind of up to you how much money you want to offer them, if you would like to offer them any money.
No, but I want to offer them money.
Mhm.
Sorry, I'm speaking just like as above the table.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to offer them money because I like the fact that they're bringing stuff to me, and if I'm ripping them off, they won't. That's reason number one. Number two is a destitute child. So yeah. Normal. I'm just also on how we were running things, and when I would sell something, would I be selling it for 20 EB, or would I be selling it at like half because I'm selling it, or how would it work?
Um, you would get it for about 20 E. The way I normally run things like this is unless you're a fixer, you can always sell something for half of its value,
Okay.
or you can spend like a little bit of time or give me like the plan on how you're gonna do it, and then you can get 75% value.
And apart from the two programs, is there any like electronic bits on the deck that I can probably use and reincorporate into other things, or?
Yeah, I'll say
scrap.
that you could rip apart, yeah, scrap. You could rip apart the cyber deck itself and use it as parts for other repairs. Normally, I run it that with techs, as long as you have a workshop,
Mhm.
some of the lower, like if it's gonna cost like 100 or less to repair something, as long as you're maintaining that workshop, I straight up don't charge you for it
Okay.
because you just kind of have a bunch of random stuff around. It's one of those little side benefits of being a tech.
Okay. So, but I mean, The deck is pretty dead, but it is what you brought me is a cyber deck. This is a Raven Systems Mark E42, very popular
Oh.
about 2 3 years ago. It is a good find. Unfortunately, the poor owner of this deck probably had his brainstem fried.
Yeah, the
Uh,
room I got it in smelled really bad.
yeah, it's dangerous where you're hanging out. Look, it has about, be completely honest with you, it has about two programs and scrap material on it that I could salvage. I could probably get myself 20 euro for it after considerable work. How about I split it halfway with you? You get 5 euro uh, for bringing it to me and 5 euro finder's fee. You tell your friends, you say, Mon ami details. He has shop. You bring him scrap that you find. If he's worthwhile, he give you half of what he can sell for. That sound okay?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that sounds like a really good idea. And just like the entire time you've been talking, they've just been nodding like over and over, just agreeing with everything that you say. They're very happy. I'd love to. Yeah,
When was the last time you ate?
oh, I ate yesterday, but this will buy me a bag of kibble.
Okay. Do you have any brothers and sisters, or are you by yourself?
Uh, I'm I'm not by myself because I'm over at like the cargo village over there. There's a bunch of us, but no action, not like blood brothers and sisters.
Okay. You bring me something more tomorrow, I pay you again, and maybe I feed you too. How about that?
Yeah, that'd be
Ho-
great.
Holy,
Thanks,
sorry.
Details.
Like a 5 foot long wasp just went by my window. Like,
Oh wow. Convention's
Yo,
weird, man.
holy shit.
Night City.
Biotechnica coming for you, man.
City.
Right,
The
right.
new
You
Wasp
just see some
Pro.
edge runners run across a building chasing it. But
Yeah. Sorry, that like it just. Okay, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Sorry, I
no,
lost
you're
you. Okay,
okay.
No,
perfect.
you're
So you're
fine.
coming
You're
back
fine.
tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, of course. And you hand over the 10 eddies to the Smile Child. They are very ecstatic to get it. Again, that's we'll buy them a bag of kibble, which is about a meal. So you fed the small child. They will let you know that they are at the Palafito's housing cargo village, I should say. I'm gonna throw that in the Twitch chat. I might as well interact with that thing
Hello,
Cute
if you
city.
would like the
Fitos.
prompt thing.
Uh, sorry, I didn't open Twitch chat because I was getting
Oh, yeah,
echoes in.
no,
So
no.
like HALOFITO.
I'm gonna throw it in our Discord chat.
Oh, perfect.
Excuse me. Yes. When it is in a language that I do not speak, I try to actually put the word into the chat so you can copy it correctly.
Oh. I heard it with a P with an H at the beginning. And Palafitos, what is it? It's a
Give me a
Container
local
village, right?
expert.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's a container village.
okay.
Like you can get a container village for free. If you want some more information on it, I would be happy to give it to you.
So he is at Palafitos,
Mm-hmm.
and they do that's under education.
Mhm.
Where is it? Night City
Mm-hmm.
13. Not too good.
Yeah, and not too bad either. It's a local cargo village, which it's not on the map because it's a completely location I completely made up, but it's about there. It's a couple blocks over from you. Zarafa, which is a local construction company that started in the time of Red, they have really high tech like techs that work for them. You might have even worked for them. And then there's the people, and that's the cargo village. Like a lot of the people near you work for them. Then there are the construction workers and the manual laborers who maybe don't get as much of a paycheck from them. Those people live in the Palafitos cargo village, which is right by the water. With that role, you don't necessarily get much more information than that, but you do at least know the location if you ever want to go hunt them down.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, beautiful. With that, I think that we can say that all of you folks are at the garage. You can do your game plans. Obviously, I've heard from Abel about what they are wearing today, but what about the other two of you guys? What are you wearing for this lovely trip into the executive zone?
What am I wearing?
You
well,
don't have to necessarily be crazy detailed. You can just give me an idea of like generic chic fashion, gang colors fashion, business wear, if that works for you, and like the type of armor and weapons that you're wearing.
well, as always, every night I go ahead to corporate cleaning, drop off my suit. So I picked that up in the morning. Um, and I got it back. And what are the? Do you know the colors? What colors would Metacorp be? I've always seen them
Let me.
in black and white, like all of their
I've seen them
iconography.
in black and sorry, not black. So I'm pulling it up on the Cyberpunk wiki. The emblem I'm looking at is black and brown.
Oh, perfect. So I'm wearing like a black, almost like faux silk undershirt with a mandarin collar. Uh, like a mala bead necklace. A brown with my brown vest and brown jacket over it. Um,
Mhm.
my hair is picked out nicely into this nice sort of cyberpunk fro. Uh, and my beard is nice and picked and groomed.
I like it. I like it.
And as far as weaponry
What about?
goes, um,
Sorry, go ahead.
sorry, sorry, I was slow on the take. As far as weaponry goes, I have my. Uh, I'll bring my assault rifle at least to the garage just in case we leave out from the garage again. Um, and I have my heavy pistol with me concealed.
Beautiful. And I missed the first weapon. Sorry, Toxic made me laugh in the chat. You brought the heavy pistol, and what else did you bring?
Oh, the assault rifle I brought to the garage
The assault rifle.
um, to
Gotcha.
leave there
Mhm.
or put it in the trunk or
Beautiful.
something.
All right. Do you want to advise your team member to change anything? Currently, they are wearing light armor jack and a heavy pistol. You might be able to smooth that over because that's what standardly what team members wear, but
Mm-hmm.
it's up to you.
Um, how does her is her light armor woven into her business suit?
Sadly, no. So it is
No.
like a bulletproof vest, but it is under a shirt. From a distance, like let's say, let me hold on. Let me convert to the metric system
Mm-hmm.
because I normally use freedom units. So I would say about like 3 to 4 meters away,
Mm-hmm.
and like they might notice like, oh, there it looks like there's a bulletproof vest under there. But
Mm-hmm.
farther away than that, they probably won't notice it.
Okay. Then I'll have her keep her normal loadout. Um, I imagine she has multiple of her clothes. I would like to have multiple of whatever her wardrobe her would be at the apartment as well. Um,
Mhm.
just like I would have for myself. Um,
Oh yeah.
so yeah, she
No,
can just
she definitely has like multiple sets of clothing.
yeah,
This is one of those things that we can just like the team members, thankfully, we don't have to pay too much attention to their lifestyle
yeah,
expenses. The company takes care of that. So she could definitely have more than one set of clothing, unlike her exact, who only has one
yeah.
suit.
That one business suit they gave me, the mandatory.
Yeah, hey man, that
Um,
suit costs over
it
$1,500.
does.
That's someone's rent. That's someone's renting a good apartment.
Um,
It's my rent.
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, she would do her normal loadout, as I would have her probably stay with the car most of the time anyway, especially if there's a data point, nearby.
Oh yeah. Wait. Let me look in the chat over here real quick. LOL has sent me a picture of what you're wearing, which I am loving. For the people who are not in our Discord, could you please describe your lovely outfit?
Okay, so that is an outfit inspired from Chromebook 4. It is urban flashwear, which is my personal style.
Mhm.
This is coming from the French maison de couture Pigalle. Is the company is the tailor that makes it. It is a neoprene jacket with a black loose bodysuit underneath and lit up uh, white loafer shoes. I believe loafer is what you call them. And then glasses that are tinted a light pink to go with my technicolor hair. And the jacket, it has light points that light up on it in the change, and I can post different advertising logo, or if you don't pay for the service to upload your own gifts, but I hack it and now I upload
I
my
like
own
it.
information that I want to.
I like it.
Yeah,
Very
that's dope.
nice. Uh, so we got Urban Flash, we got business wear. Abel, I'm thinking that your fashion would count as a generic chic version of a suit. Does that sound about right to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody go ahead and give me a wardrobe and style roll real quick. Which I'm sure you guys knew was coming because
Oh
we did
yeah.
it last
Mhm.
session too.
Oh yeah.
Social.
That one is in.
Very
Where,
nice.
where's wardrobe
And
and
then
style?
personal
Social.
grooming also, or
Yeah, you can throw a personal grooming in there if you'd like as well.
hey, look at that.
Beautiful.
I took out the new razor blades today.
Onyx.
I think my
And
next character
Thing
will
is,
have to be a face character. I'm enjoying
Oh
this
yeah.
part the most.
I
Ooh,
love
yes,
the
fan girl.
I love Team Pace.
Oh, I got it out one.
You rolled a d12. You've rolled two d12s though, so let's call those re-rolls.
Well, oh, it's supposed to be detail.
Yep,
No,
that's a
he's that
2.
I got 2.
sexy.
Better than a 1.
So 12, because I have a plus 10 to wardrobe.
All right. So 12 for that, and feel free to throw personal grooming in there as well.
Oh, I got you. I'm good at that.
Hope so. Jeez, it's your bread and butter right there.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Oh
That's
my
an
god.
oh my god. That's a double
20
explosion.
Holy shit.
28.
per person.
Okay. Jesus. That is a really good roll. All right, so let's start with the lovely Mr. Details. First off, Mr. Details, that 16, which beats the DV15 I had set, is going to give you a +2 to the first social roll you do of the session. Please keep track of that yourself because I will forget to remind you, unfortunately. And your wardrobe and style roll is also going to give you a +2 like situation thing to blend into the executive zone. So if you're try to roll persuasion or to convince someone you're supposed to be there, or stealth to blend in, it's going to help you there. All
Perfect.
right. Mr. Onyx, unfortunately, you did not beat the DV13 to get a bonus from your personal grooming, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
However, that wardrobe and style, amplified by the fact that you have actual business wear, is going to give you a +3 to blend in to the executive zone.
Perfect.
Yes. Now, unfortunately, we have to talk to Abel. Abel, you're not going to get a bonus based upon your wardrobe, partially because of the role and partially because generic chic is one of the least expensive clothing items that you can get before you start going back lady chic, which sucks, but that's how it rolls sometimes. You can always try to convince your friends to take you shopping. But,
Yeah, he's broke.
yeah.
Very broke.
But that absolutely insane personal grooming roll is going to get you a +3 to your social roll.
Nice.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, he can't hide the rocker boy in him, but it doesn't change how devastatingly attractive he is.
It looks fine. Still looks fine. All right, folks. So, you guys make your way over to the executive zone. None of you have obvious weapons. All of you are dressed well. And none of you, with the exception of your team member who's supposed to be wearing armor, are wearing armor.
Mhm.
The executive zone, at least in my head in this version, is a fully gated community. the outside of it has those kind of actual green, yes, real green hedges, TM from Biotechnica, kind of obscuring, but not quite obscuring that nice 2-story wall that makes it so that the folks inside don't have to look at the rest of you. And with a direct subway line going from the rebuilding urban center to the executive zone, well, they never have to look at the rebuilding part of Night City. They can just look at the fancy parts. Uh, you, Mr. Onyx, you kind of direct details to drive to one of the gates where you know there's going to be some people there. You approach this checkpoint, and let me give you a visual display, and who knows, maybe there'll be some sort of shootout. You, hey,
Who knows?
I love making you guys a little terrified. It's fun. This is mostly visual display for the moment. If we do get into combat or positioning becomes important, we will of course put your icons on the map.
All right,
I
cool.
believe I might even have an icon kicking around for a car if we need it.
Yeah. Which direction would we be coming from? Just so we know.
Yeah. You folks would be coming from the left, also known as West.
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 Perfect.
Yes. So you drive up to this side, which there are 2 checkpoints for people leaving and 1 for people coming in. Clearly, they want to make sure that the people who are leaving the executive zone aren't inconvenienced by having to do these lovely checkpoints. You see your pretty standard corporate guard who, very similar to the lovely Abel, are wearing sort of generic chic versions of the suits. Generic chic, for those who aren't familiar, has the terms standard, modular, generic. It's the kind of, for lack of a better term, the basic bitch clothing of the cyberpunk world. Yeah. Anybody who wants to can give me a quick perception check, though.
I shall also
I
perceive.
got you. Perception.
There we go.
That will be a 9.
I almost
I'm
clicked
bad at
human
math.
perception.
That'll be an 11.
That'll be an 11.
And a 13.
Maybe you're, not bad rolls, but also not great rolls here. We got a 9, we got a 13, and we got another 13. I think you guys maybe are just kind of oohing and awing at the executive zone. Even our lovely corporal friend, he doesn't even get here very often.
Yes, sure.
You do kind of look at the corporate guards, and you do kind of notice that they do have stun batons at their sides. Nothing else, though, but you at least know that they're in. Oh, SMS, though, she kind of, leans over and, kind of nudges, wearing Kevlar. It looks like they got, medium pistols and stun guns, too. Then just kind of leans back.
I relay that.
Who's doing the talking? Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, as I tell Laurent, yeah, could you take a right here? I also relay that information. Kevlar stun batons look like they're ready for a fight to the group.
Of course.
I'll just nod my head slowly. Fuck. Yeah, all these people wearing armor. It's making me nervous, man, because mine's stuffed in the trunk.
Yeah, I just have a pistol on me, and my heavy submachine gun is in the trunk also.
Nerve-wracking, isn't it? You're in the middle of the Night City where you can get shot just for getting some milk. Y'all are here without armor and barely any weapons. God, wouldn't it be horrible if I took advantage? I'm probably not going to. So, luckily for you guys, you are driving up in a freshly painted and repaired compact ground car, which is pretty expensive to find. You all are looking good. Who is going to be doing the talking when you get up to the gate?
You guys mind if I take point? I think that's logical, right?
Go ahead, please.
I think that would be best.
Also, I think it would work better that the exec and the team member in the back are the people that they talk to. Excellent call. That was in my head the best idea.
that was my thought. That the whole
you're
show.
not exactly having your driver spill the business.
So you drive up to the person there. There's a couple of guards there. One of them motions for you to stop, walks
Mhm.
over, looks friendly enough, but you can see he is very much scanning you. And you know what?
Um,
I'm pretty sure I have some character sheets kicking around. Why don't I use these things?
while he's scanning us, I imagine all of
Mhm.
our windows are up, right?
If you would like them to be, yes.
I would like to start with all of the windows up. If they weren't up, I would have us rushedly put them up. Um, and then as I'm looking for it, because I imagine I will be sitting behind the driver, and SMS is to my right. Um,
Mhm.
if whenever they motion for us to roll down the window, I'll ask Laurent to roll down my window.
Okay.
Oof.
Right. I even used my first +2 of the game, and look at the roll that I got.
Jeez.
Right? Hey, it's good for you guys. So yes, you roll up, you put down the window. The guy has scanned you.
Hmm.
He seems to think that you perfectly belong here.
Hmm.
Comes down, very that kind of like blank, pleasant corporate look that you're very familiar with, and anybody, that kind of dead smile that
Hmm.
all customer service people have. This is like, hey folks, nice to meet you. We don't seem to have your plates on file. Do you happen to have any day passes or someone we can call to check
Um,
to let you guys in?
as he's talking, I don't really look at him. I just sort of I do and I don't look at him. I give him a small glance, a grin, and I put my hand out to SMS. Um, let's see if she catches the drift.
Oh, she will. She will
Yeah,
hand you over
yeah.
the lovely day passes that you made.
And then without looking to him as well, I hand them to him, not in a rude way, but in a let's get this on way.
Yeah. I'm trying to find that forgery roll that we did last time because I'm pretty sure it was
Yeah, it was
amazing.
insane. Thankfully, roll 20.
Thankfully, roll 20. Well, I don't have it written. I have it written down that it was very good, but unfortunately, I didn't actually write
Yeah,
down what it should be. Such is life. Such is life. They're gonna do another quick.
I'm trying to find it
They're
myself.
gonna do a bureaucracy check. I'm gonna go ahead and use my other +2 for a 20. Let me mark off that 22. I believe you rolled under a 20.
I did roll under a 20. It was her
Yes.
library search was an 18, which got us
Mhm.
the like it was if they checked it, whatever. And then my forgery was a 15.
Excellent. Yeah, so very, very good copy, but judging by the look on this guy's head, he looks at it, he kind of like squints his eyes a little bit. You're not sure what he has seen,
Right.
but he has seen something. He looks at you as like, I just gotta, official policy, run this through, check things, the usual. Um, would you like to try to persuade this man to let you through, delay him? I think on your agent, which I believe you have an internal agent,
Hmm.
you get a ping from SMS.
Hmm.
I think there's a net architecture that I could try to hack, but I don't know if I'd be able to do it in the time it took him to walk back.
Work on that. And with my internal agent, I say work on that. I'll stall him. Um, and I as he begins to like remove the card from my grasp, the ID, the papers, the forms from my grasp,
Hmm.
um, I want to look at him. And can I do a human perception? This human perception is for any personal affectation.
Yeah, go
Oh,
for it.
let's see. Yes.
Ooh, that's really good. Human perception. Um, his outfit is super, like, very generic. This is very
hmm
clearly a work uniform. He doesn't have a whole lot of stuff on it. However, you do notice that he keeps glancing over at Abel, not in a suspicious way, but in a, oh my god, is that Abel? I think
Okay.
with that high of a human perception, you might think this guy is a fan.
Okay. So as he's about to uh like pull away and do this, I want to pull him. Is there a way I can pull him just closer so that I can not whisper to him, but make more of a personal conversation than the one he was standing up? Like, I imagine I'm sitting down on the driver's side, in the back, and I'm holding the thing out of the window, and when he's pulling, I want to pull him in just a bit, not in an aggressive manner, um, but just to like lock eyes with him real quick.
Yeah, you can do that. You're holding it out. He goes to grab it. You kind of maintain your grip on it. Maybe
Yeah.
lean a little bit forward
Yeah.
in a little bit of spiritual manner, and he kind of looks surprised but reciprocates because that's what you do.
Right.
What would you
Um,
like to do?
what'd you say your name was again?
I didn't, sir, but it's John.
Thank you, John. And with that role, does it tell me what corporation he's from? Is he wearing any insignia or emblem?
He's not wearing any insignia, which is common because they don't
Yeah,
want to show favoritism at the gate. Again, it's like super
super
generic,
generic.
like
That's cool.
very basic uniform. Yeah.
So I look at him and I take my pointer finger from my other hand and I follow his gaze over to Abel, and I said, I don't know who exactly you work for, and I look him up and down. However, we do have certain perks here from my corporation, and I see that you might have an interest in one of uh my colleagues here. I wouldn't want you to do anything unforetold that could possibly stop an opportunity from coming to you that is just so close, right?
Of course, sir. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check. And Abel, if this doesn't look like it's going well, you could of course pop in and try to do some charismatic impact action.
Oof.
That was such a bad roll.
It's such a bad roll.
That was such a bad roll.
Why?
He doesn't shut down, like he doesn't like recoil or anything like that, but he very clearly, it's almost like he has tuned you out now that you have given him the excuse to kind of fangirl a little bit over
hmm
Abel. And he definitely is a fan, but he's also working and wants to be respectful, so he's not gonna just go outright
Right.
and talk to Abel. But yeah, he's kind of ignoring you now and like, oh my god, that's Abel.
I just look at
I was
Abel
gonna like
with a tiny shrug.
turn around over my seat and say, yeah, it's always nice to know that you got respect in the city, kid. And hey, listen, I wouldn't want to be held up here. My client, he's in a bit of a hurry. We don't really want to be, caught up in anything. So if you could help us out a little, we'd be very appreciative. I would be very appreciative. And if there's anything I could do for you, you just let me know.
Go ahead and roll me charismatic impact. This is a single person, so I believe it's a DV8.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna remind you.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, you guys don't have any +2s, do you?
No, we don't.
That'll be a 13.
That'll be a 13. I'm just gonna point out you guys could give yourselves +2 because I'm gonna be doing that for myself pretty soon.
I can't. I have infinite points.
Oh, well, thank you for
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah. He looks over, is like, of course. I don't want to bother you right now, but and he kind of like composes himself a little bit. He's like, at your next show, if you would mind if I got a autograph or something, or maybe a picture to prove that I actually met you, I would really appreciate that.
Of course, yeah. I've actually got a gig going on later this week. I'll make sure that I get the details over to you. We'll ensure you VIP seats.
Of course. Thank you. And he just like leans back and just gives a wave to the other guy who types something, like just hits a button, and you see the light above you turn green and the gate in the distance start to open up so that you can go into the executive zone.
Bet. Um,
Bravo, everybody.
before that happens, did she start her run or not?
Yes.
Okay.
She did start her run. Let me do a couple rolls for her. And we will narrate this.
Mhm.
Because net running is fun.
Mhm.
So, while all this whole conversation was happening, SMS, she locks eyes with the access point that she can see on the computers, and her shift tacks start to glow blue and start spinning. A little aesthetic thing she does to show that she is net running.
Mm-hmm.
We pop into cyberspace to see that her avatar basically looks like her. She
Mhm.
just kind of motions with her two hands, and these golden worm-like things just appear around her, just kind of drape around her like lovely little boas.
Yeah, I
And
like it.
she looks over. There's this giant door with a lock on it. She just makes a motion. Let's see how this girl does. So it'll be a D10 plus 6. The door is just gnawed and shattered before her. She looks and gazes, does this little basically doing a Pathfinder,
Mhm.
and grimaces and not quite jacks out, but starts focusing on the meat side of thing, and seeing that now, thanks to your thing, she doesn't necessarily have to run, and remotely just jacks out. She looks at you as
Good.
like, hellhound on the second floor. I don't have insulated wires. I don't think we could have glossed over me suddenly being on fire.
No, perfect call. I would have called you out soon anyway.
Beautiful. And yes, for the record, she used her first two actions to activate the 2 copies of the worm that she has, then did a backdoor on it. Her first action of the second round was to do a Pathfinder, which revealed that there was a Hellhound on the second floor and a DV8 file on the final third floor.
Perfect.
Normally, I would try to have visuals, but I
Yeah.
forgot.
No, that's
I'll
good.
just be honest with you guys. But I had the net architecture already planned. I just didn't put the fun tiles in
No,
place.
that's all good. I don't mind it. Cool. Perfect.
But you guys drive forward through the doors, through this nice little tunnel into the executive zone, where it is Beaverville. It is 1950s style houses. If you've ever seen Leave It to Beaver, it's that type of stuff, but in color. And actual color, not the gritty, like the bright neon or the gritty, earthy hues. It is green grass TM, green trees TM, beautiful tulips TM, all courtesy of Biotechnica. People are walking down the streets in outfits that are very subdued but very nice, and probably cost most of your guys' rent, if we're going to be totally honest, or at least your food, maybe even the lovely Mr. Onyx's food.
For sure. Definitely.
No one is armed. No one is armed. No one's wearing armor. It's a really weird sight, but you do see periodically security cameras here and there. You see a little security vehicle with fairly heavily armed men who are making sure to stay out of the way. And every once in a while, a little drone. Looks like a bird, but has the wings don't move. It's just a little drone popping around, keeping an eye on things. People here may not be armed, but they sure as hell are protected. So, who wants to try to find the place you're supposed to deliver to?
Ooh, SMS.
We'll call this either a tracking roll, or if you have a relevant local expert, details is Night City would be applicable here to try to find this place. Normally with the address, it wouldn't be that hard, but in true Roman and rich people style, the neighborhoods here are designed to kind of confuse and be hard to navigate for people who haven't lived here for a little while. They want to make sure the help feels like the help after all, and not like it's home.
Could
Okay.
SMS also do a library search for like
Yeah.
city
Go ahead and
grid
roll
or
for it.
something?
Yeah. I mean, you work
Oh,
at a
jeez.
corporation. It's
Yeah.
holy shit. I think details don't know
Ooh.
where it
I
is.
remember the bar that we're going
Oh,
to.
jeez.
SMS.
SMS too.
Holy shit.
SMS. Damn, isn't it nice to have team members?
Yeah, that rolled not horribly. God.
Abel, I'm gonna tell you, you don't even have to roll now if you don't
I'm
want
not
to.
going to.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know jack shit about this part of the city, man.
Yeah. Jesus. Hold on one quick moment. I want to check something really quick.
God.
Jesus, that was a fucking roll. Yeah. So SM like details, you know the basic, like you may not necessarily know like this area specifically, but you know the layout. You've like seen maps and stuff like this. You think, oh, I'm definitely getting there. And then SMS just pops out with her like agent and just get like apparently she's downloaded a map of the executive zone where
Mhm.
you didn't even know those things existed, let alone could be found on the data pool. You don't know what darknet place she went to, but man, should she get results. And she just starts like directing you to get there. You see the place that you had found in the last session, this kind of multi-story manor house. No advertisements. 3-story tall house, manor house. No advertisements on it because if you're here in the executive zone, you know exactly where you should be. Yeah, and if you guys do not recall, you were directed to go around the back to
Mhm.
deliver this package, and that they would know what to do.
Yeah. As we roll through, I say thank you to SMS. Good work. Yeah, let's get this thing done.
Yeah,
SMS, you deserve a raise.
I really do.
She
And
really
she just gives
does.
you a wink.
I,
Hey man, if you give her 20%, you get some loyalty. I'm just saying.
yeah, I hadn't got paid yet, but for sure she's getting paid.
Yeah. So you guys go through this place. You drive around the back. Even with the outside looking very nice, the alleyways are nice, of course, but going into the back, it is your generic alleyway. You start to drive up, but there are a few people just kind of standing in the middle of the street. They like look at you. They're wearing white uniforms, kind of like shin protector type things. They've got a bag with what looks like lacrosse sticks in it. And there's this giant mascot, like oversized mascot, big flame head. You turn in, they all look at you and just start stalking towards the car. And this is where we're going to take a 10-minute break because we all need to attend to our biological needs.
Valid. Perfect.
Yeah.
Going to go
Gotta leave it on a
indulge
cliffhanger,
myself.
folks.
I will see y'all soon.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, you
I'll be right
heard
back,
the
folks.
GM, you beautiful people. We are going to take a 10-minute smoke, bathroom break, grab something to drink, do all those lovely things, talk in the chat amongst each other. Please do. We'll be right back. Thank you so much for coming through. We're going to do it 10 minutes.
See you in 10.
See you in 10. Smoke them if you got them. Drowski, Zen, is it NZ? In Zen? Is it Zen Drowski? Or like just Zen Drowski? Oh, I need to know before I send this to our transition screen. Enzen? Bet. Yeah, welcome on in. Looks like we might be coming back on some combat. Dun dun dun. Or hopefully not, but because we're in the executive zone and getting shot wasn't on the plan when dropping off this package. However, things happen. And we are back.
Sorry, it's a bit I just like too much.
What's good, y'all? We are back for the second part of our spring interlude, part 2. Just as a reminder to the chat, don't forget that we have a new mechanic, and more will be coming with our redeems, our channel points. Those beautiful spores that you have, for 350 of them, you can give it +2 or -2 to our GM or any of the PCs. Those being Onyx, myself, Cassidy is Abel, and LOL is Laurent, being the exec, the rocker boy, and the tech. So use those points when you get them. And thanks for stopping by. Let's get back into it.
Heck yeah. So, before we left on our little bio break, our lovely crew has managed to get into the executive zone after some very good rolls and some very bad rolls. They are in the alley behind the sort of clubhouse where they're delivering this mysterious package that they found out is from Northern California by way of the Steel Vaqueros, but still no idea what's in there. But they do know it's flammable. That's something. As they pulled into this back alleyway, these people in sort of white athletic uniforms, guards, a bag full of lacrosse sticks have wandered up to them. There's this big, fiery headed mascot going on in there. And unfortunately, I cannot post a link on Twitch, but I am going to post a link to the inspiration for this group for my players in our Discord. These folks are approaching your car with a purpose. What are y'all going to do?
My first thing is, do they look familiar? Would I know of this? It looks like a gang to me, almost like a poser gang.
If you want to roll, go ahead, but I think it is very unlikely that you know these people.
Okay.
The hell, you might roll a double crit. Like, I'll give you tons of
Does
information.
the executive zone even have poser gangs?
Shoot,
I don't know, man.
apparently.
Who says they're a poker gang?
Right?
So
I don't know, they look like just like a club sports team of like a bunch of rich people.
rich kids
Okay.
posering is a poser gang.
They are approaching. You got to make
Maybe.
decisions quick, though.
I'm gonna do a knowledge, not a knowledge, a Night City knowledge check
Yeah,
to see
local
if
expert.
I know who they are. Local
Yeah,
expert.
go
That's
for
the
it.
word.
I love that.
I knock it out of the park. I'm never gonna roll combat in this game.
You roll absolutely fantastically. You look at these people. Your local expert is maybe not the right skill here, but it does give you something. You're looking at the lacrosse sticks in their bag. You're seeing that they're tech upgraded. You see a couple of balls there, and it clicks. This is an executive zone stickball team stalking towards you. Stickball, for those who aren't familiar, is a non-violent way of settling disputes. It involves sticks, it involves balls, and maybe, depending on how the roleplay goes, you'll see our crew playing a little bit of it. Let's give our other people a chance to react to this situation. I'll say that Abel and Onyx, you both have the equivalent of a roll or action before they are at the vehicle.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to reach into my coat, kind of flick the safety off on my SMG,
I like
and
it.
just kind of like have my hand in my jacket as they kind of approach.
This guy is armed up. I love it. What's Onyx up to?
I rack my brain to see if I know of any like stories or once again memos from the daily memos that I read up on what's going on in the executive world, and I also uh use my internal agent to say any information on these dudes to SMS.
Yeah, Go ahead and roll me a concentration check to see if you have read anything about these people.
Concentration check. I did roll a library search as well.
You did roll a library search as well. We'll take the higher of the two. So go ahead and roll the
Bet.
concentration.
Awareness.
So it looks like that you got a streetwise here. We'll take SMS's library search here. She'll send you some information, and we'll use your streetwise there. You definitely recognize, like Onyx, you definitely recognize these people,
Mhm.
like the uniforms from corporate memos. But it's like it was the sports section, or it was
Okay.
like, oh, what's going on in the exec zone with families. You don't remember a lot of details.
Okay.
SMS, who once again is the backbone of this team, and you should really give her a raise.
She'll get one.
Pops out her agent, just quickly messages to the group chat. Kids of executives, like kind of like not local legends, but local hero type things, well known for stickball, kind of assholes. And that is all she gets out before these guys are there. This really aggressive looking one, the one with the bat, just kind of like pops over, just kind of like knocks on the door next to details, like, "Stop!
I
What are
rolled
you
down
what
the
are
I
you doing
rolled
here,
down the
buddy?"
window. Hello, Casey Jones. How are you?
It's Casey Jones.
Casey Jones is the hockey player guy from Ninja Turtles.
Oh, that's a reference I don't get. I'm about to find out, unless it was in a podcast. I don't get pop culture references.
We found his weakness.
You found my weakness. He just kind of like looks over at you guys. It's like, you guys don't look like you belong in this type of area. What are you guys doing? You definitely, well, no, you don't, because he kind of gestures at the back area, which is clearly where deliveries are. You guys making a delivery? Maybe you want to give us a little taste, a little peek. The other ones aren't being as aggressive, but are kind of like mowing over the area. The mascot has pulled out some balls and is just kind of like juggling them and just doing like a whole like dancing, showing routine. Clearly, just living his best life, their best life. We don't know who's in the mascot.
Isn't there a pitch or a game field that you can go play your game at? I don't think it's appropriate here. You break a window, then what? Your father or your mother will have to pay for them, and then you be in shit.
This guy just makes a thing of it. Like, go ahead and roll me a human perception real quick, you guys.
I got you. This is where I'm good. This is what I'm good at.
This is the guy who helps his
Right.
neighbors. He doesn't do well with bullies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 17 for me.
17 for you. Beautiful. Onyx has got an 18. I see an 8 from Details. Details, I think maybe that, like, not doing well with bullies thing is maybe distracting you a little bit here. But the lovely Onyx and Abel, both of you are kind of looking at this. You're looking at almost the group dynamic here.
Mhm.
And it is clearly this guy is the leader, but the rest of them find him kind of insufferable.
Mhm.
But hey, like, we've all been there. He's just looking at us like, these guys is like, yeah, I'm sorry, I tuned you the fuck out when you were talking. But yeah, we play a little bit of stickball. Clearly you don't know how to play, because, stickball's played on the street, man. But yeah, so, man, maybe we should call like the corpos and get rid of you guys, because you got that real like, look at this guy. He just gestures over to Abel, who's literally just sitting with a hand in his jacket holding the like safety off as a He's like, look at this guy. You look like someone who's about to rob one of these fine establishments. If you were cool, if you played like maybe played stickball, maybe we'd like empathize with you. But yeah, maybe we should yeah. Benny, give maybe we call corporate security with these people.
Can I?
Yo,
What you guys
kid,
think?
listen.
Oh,
Maybe you've never actually left the executive zone, but for those of us who are kind of in tune with the way that this world works, they don't just let random people in here, and so I don't necessarily think that you should be causing trouble where you don't belong, because you might just wind up in something a bit over your heads. It's not good to be disrupting other people's business, especially with uh, how important the things that happen here are. So you should probably just be on your way.
While that
All right, Abel.
oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna
No,
say
go ahead, and
while
then
that
I'll do my
conversation is happening, can I send a message to SMS to try to get this dude's parents' names, even if it's just last names, because she's seen his face. She knows what he does. I need names. I want to try to name drop his
Yeah.
parents.
Yeah, go for it. Have her roll a library search, and then I'll respond to what
Yeah.
Mr. Abel has said.
Perfect.
Abel, do you
That's a
feel
good
like
one.
that is a persuasion check or that is a face down check?
Definitely more of a face down check.
Roll me a face down. For those of you not familiar with the mechanic, the last ditch effort in the Cyberpunk Red system before combat is a face down. If our lovely Abel manages to face this guy down, he's either going to have to back down or suffer a -2 to any actions until he beats him in some sort of contest. But vice versa.
Yeah.
If this guy wins, Mr. Abel has to back down or suffer a
So
-2.
this D10 plus charisma plus your
Well, cool, but
yeah, D10 plus your cool plus your fame or whatever it's called. Your
reputation.
your
You guys
reputation.
unfortunately don't have
Oh!
that yet.
Oh,
So that will be a
Holy shoot.
20 for my face down.
holy
That's going to be a
shit!
20. It is almost statistically impossible that this person will make it, but
You never know.
this is what happens. Oh man, almost. This is what happens when you have a party full of faces.
Yeah.
He looks at you and he's just like and as he's kind of like stuttering and trying to figure out how to respond to Abel just giving him this death glare. And again, Abel has his head already on a gun ready to roll. SMS pops in and just like sends the details over of this guy. It's does Onyx have a Chiron by any chance?
I do not.
No, I do not.
It's
You
auditory,
hear the
so
voice of your
yeah.
agent. Yeah. Narrating. A picture of the gentleman in front of you holding a trophy from a soccer tournament with a Mrs. Johnson and Mr. Johnson of Biotechnica.
What are their what's Mrs. Johnson's first name?
Amanda.
Yeah, for real.
Amanda Johnson.
Abigail.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what was his name? Sorry,
I don't know.
Richard.
Richard.
and Amanda.
The kid's name is Richard.
Oh, okay.
The mother's name is Amanda, and the father's name is Stuart. Yeah.
All right, cool.
So he's kind of sputtering. If Onyx, if you want to pop in with some information, or if Details would like to hop in here, go for it.
I was
before he
gonna
reacts.
taunt, so.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Do your
let's,
taunt.
let's put him down and then. Okay, so obviously you're out of your depth, but that's okay. Go back home, say hi to Amanda for me. Tell her I miss her and I will be back to see her in a few days.
Okay. Fuck. What do you roll for that? What do you roll for that?
I think that's gonna be a, I don't know.
Roll me another face down against this kid. He's gonna have a -2 because of that.
So what do I roll for face down?
You roll a D10 and you're gonna add your cool to that.
My cool is not so. C'est pas si bon. R 1d10, right?
Yeah.
10 plus 6.
That was cold. That was cold. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Andy.
She likes the
Monday.
French men now. What can I say? We are good lovers.
H Christ. This guy, this poor kid, who's just some punk, gets double face down by a guy who's just ready to kill him, and then a French guy who's implied that he has relations with his mother. You watch this boy's. He is a teenager, like above 18, but we're
Mhm.
gonna call him a boy now because of the effects of this. You see his spirit wither and die within him. and he just kind of like makes some indistinct noises and wanders off. The gang looking at it like they're kind of annoyed that you fucked with their friend, but they also found it fucking hilarious. Like the mascot gives this like really over the top bow to you, and they just move away. Bravo, people! That was great. That was beautiful. Thank you for that.
I'm
Thank you for
sorry if
that.
that was inappropriate. I
Oh,
couldn't
not
help
at
it.
all. Perfect.
No, it's great.
That
Oh my
finished it.
god, that was glorious.
Teamwork.
All right. Teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. Three faces. Let's put our
He's
next
not even
visual
a face,
display.
my guy. Just my rolls for face stuff are good.
Listen,
He's a face today.
I know what you're telling me, but
All of the past has proven
here-
otherwise.
yeah. All right. So you guys pull up into the alley behind this manor into this lovely clubhouse. Who's carrying the box? The mysterious box.
Not it. Sorry, I got a limp. I need my cane.
I don't
That's a
mind
good point.
carrying it.
Is it a one person
heavy?
job or a two? Yeah.
It's a one-person job. It's like
Okay.
it's big enough that you need both hands, but it's not really heavy. I should give you like a kilograms. Sorry, again, I'm used to freedom units. Kilograms, but it's really not that hard to carry.
Yeah.
You folks walk up to the back door. The staff clearly came out and saw this whole display. There is just this very jovial, like, yeah, fuck that guy, fuck him especially, and they just let you in. You are in, well, for Onyx, you are in the type of house that you someday hope to earn.
Okay.
For Abel and Details, you are in the type of house that you don't think you could afford even in your wildest dreams.
I came from this, huh?
You came.
Mhm.
Listen, you wanted your family history kept a little secret, so
Oh,
I'm not
right,
gonna
that's true.
out you like
Yeah.
that, buddy. You can
That's
do
true.
that for yourself, though. Yeah. And Toxic's over here trying to break my concentration by telling jokes in the chat. I love it. I love it. Our official troll.
Yeah.
You walk into this lovely 3-story structure. Well, 2-story and an attic. Y'all don't know that there's a basement yet, but clearly you can see there's a very nice basement. It is lavishly decorated. It is. You see these older people, younger people. Everyone's attractive, wearing nice suits. They've got champagne glasses. There's cigar smoke going in there. It is an absolutely great place. Where would you guys like to go, or who would you guys like to talk to here?
So our contact, they said when we get here to the back,
Mm-hmm.
That the workers, I think,
would
know
know.
what to do with it.
Yeah. Like we didn't get any. We
Yes.
asked for information
And
on like confirming a.
you guys have
deliverance.
come into this door. I should
Okay.
have indicated that. My apologies. So that is more or less where you are in the building.
Okay.
If you want to put a token there just to keep track of where you are, because you are looking at 4 different floors of this building, I will completely understand.
How do you token things on
Well,
Roll20
it
again?
looks like there's a
I'm sorry, what was that? How do you what?
Place tokens on Roll20 again.
add a token.
You go over to your character, you hold down on the name, and you just drag and drop.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Yeah. Say
Actually,
hi
no,
for
never
me.
mind. I'm gonna have to go in 2 minutes to go pick up give someone my credit card.
Yes. No problem.
But yeah, it looks like there is a kitchen right here, so maybe we could talk to the serving staff. Try to find the manager.
I like this plan. What about the rest of you guys?
That works for me. That's what I was going to suggest.
And could I do a?
Just give it to the maitre d' of the house. Or...
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was gonna do. Can I do a perception or a bureaucracy to look for that person? That was the exact person I was gonna look for.
Yeah, I think perception would be a good one here. I could also see human perception or weirdly wardrobe and style
Ah,
to kind of like look at people's clothing and figure out like where they are in the hierarchy.
I like that one. I'll roll road driven style.
Yeah.
So, is who's carrying the box right now?
I am.
Details is.
Okay, I was gonna say, yeah, you should probably give it to details because if Onyx was carrying it, because it makes
Yeah.
more sense for the servants to be holding it.
That's why I didn't offer.
Not a servant.
It's not
It
a
just
servant.
popped into my mind,
just-
and I'm like thinking of going to find
You're
the
gonna let him
manager.
talk to you like that.
I'm like maybe me or details should talk to the manager because if we're trying to blend in as executives, they're not known for doing much of their own work.
Mm-hmm. Onyx, with that lovely 1-to-1 wardrobe and style roll, which very much beats a professional DV, you start to look around the people, and you guys are kind of off to the side. You're not properly in there yet, but you can kind of peek around and see people. The people that you can see down the hallway, it's a kind of a blend of what we're going to call working folk, and we don't mean servants.
Mhm.
Connect some dots there, as well as what you would call the clientele. However, you do see servers going in and out. One of them does notice you, goes into the kitchen, and shortly afterwards, an elderly man, like very nice suit, very plain but very nice suit, a step above what the other staff are wearing, comes out, looks at you directly, and speaks with a French accent, which I will not try to replicate because it will be terrible and I will hurt my own feelings. Looks at you and is like, "Can I help you?" Apparently, I am doing a French accent. Good to know.
Bonjour, monsieur. C'est quoi son nom? What is his name?
He does not have a name tag. You can, of course, ask his name.
Bonjour, I am Laurent. We bring you a proper. We bring you a package that you are waiting for, I believe, from a Monsieur Mules.
When you start speaking with French accent, he immediately swaps over to very fluent, very clearly his native tongue, French, and begins to converse with you.
Perfect.
Yes, you are the delivery people from Mule.
Yes.
Very well, please come with me. And now that you've spoken French and dropped that name, his whole attitude has shifted,
Mhm.
and he's also seen the box. He leads you in to the kitchen, very nicely appointed place, made to look like a residential kitchen, but for those of you who are experienced, very much a commercial kitchen. He
Okay.
gestures over to the kitchen island to put the box down. It's like, I hope that you did not have any sort of trouble trying to get everything here.
Just some children wanting to play with their balls.
I know the type. I know the type. Yes, they are.
Hmm?
They are a bit aggressive, but as long as you are a little bit stern with them, they back off very quickly. Worst case scenario, you play with some sticks, throw a few balls around, and they are not a problem. But yeah, I'm sure we can talk after I verify the merchant. One moment. He goes over to the drawer to start rummaging around. What are you guys doing while he, starts looking for something in the drawers?
I'm very curious what's in the box, so I want to wait and see.
Um, and I'm just watching him. Just paying attention to him. I don't think anything's gonna go down, but I'm in merger and acquisitions. Everything goes down in the deal.
It's very reasonable. Very reasonable.
Yeah, I'm just posted up behind Onyx, just looking around the room, trying to see if who's coming in, who's coming out, in case anything goes bad.
Oh, I would tell SMS to
Yeah.
check for data points as well, of course.
SMS does a quick scan, and you kind of see their eyes go a little bit blue for a second. Then she just gets this look, pops out, is like, I should not touch that.
Cool, but at least you know it's there.
At least you know it's there. Abel, you are watching people go in and out. They're giving you looks, but it's very clear that this gentleman, who's, I don't recall if I gave you his name, but
No.
Nope. Jean Claude, he would have introduced himself. That was a
I'll be back in
jammer.
a sec.
My apologies. Yeah,
Mhm.
no worries. See you in a bit. We'll narrate this for even though he's not here.
Mhm.
People are going in and out, paying attention to you, but the fact that Jean Claude is here and talking to you and not seeming upset seems to smooth over everything.
Excellent.
Onyx, as you look at this man, he is very much like in charge, in a very almost soft way. This is a gentleman who, while he clearly is not an exec, he is used to being in a position of authority, and the mantle of that just is very. He's been there so long; it's just so very natural.
Right.
Okay. So he's
He
like the
pops out.
butler or
Yeah, like a
the house
butler.
manager.
Butler.
Yeah.
Yeah, a butler is actually the proper term there.
Perfect.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries, dude.
All good.
We covered it. Is people are like paying attention to you, but once they see that Jean-Claude, who is the French gentleman, isn't upset by
Mhm.
you there, they're just like, yeah, fine.
Yeah, and then on the side, I'll just be kind of listening into like the French dialogue between them because Abel does speak like kind of broken French.
Ooh, that's a neat little thing to know. Yeah.
I ask
Jean-Claude.
him what kind of crazy eyes wide shut stuff happens in the basement.
Mon ami, mon ami. That happens upstairs. The
Oh, okay.
downstairs is the more tame things, if you know what I mean. Just don't let anyone take you to the attic. And gives you a little wink.
Excellent. And out of curiosity, what is it that we brought?
He looks at you as like, he pulls out a little tiny crowbar. Would you like to see?
My curiosity is driving me crazy. Oui, monsieur.
Of
Please,
course.
Monsieur Jacques.
Jean-Claude.
Jean-Claude, sorry.
No worries.
I was going to
Yeah.
call him Monsieur Picard, and I was like, no, I'm not calling him Jean-Claude. Jean-Luc Picard.
Jean-Luc Picard. It's Jean-Luc Picard, everybody. We got him.
We got him.
He agreed to do it for free.
Oh, well,
It's
then
great.
he's going to have an English accent because that's how French people talk in the future.
True. Yeah, but he moves towards the box. He puts the little crowbar into the gap, and with a very practiced and knows what he's doing, just pops the lid. You see the little nails there. Inside, it looks like there's hay. You can see the tops of various bottles.
Bottles.
Yeah. He pops one in. It's this beautiful glass bottle with words written all over it in Spanish, specifically Fuego de la Noche. Noche. My Spanish is terrible. Emblems of flame all over it. He goes over to a shelf, pulls out 5 glasses, pops the cork, pours some glasses for all of you, and just gestures at it.
Monsieur, you are an excellent host.
Thank you very much.
So Fuego de la Noche is, what is it? Is it a tequila? Is it a wine? What are we having?
It is a whiskey.
A whiskey.
Ooh, yes.
Yes. It's got a slight spice to it. As you guys are drinking it, I think, well, at least details is enough of an aficionado to know that this is some good, real alcohol. Each of these bottles, and you look inside, you see that there are 16 of them. Each of them probably costs about $100.
Nice.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, I'm gonna sip that one.
Yeah, for sure.
Savor the
Excellent.
taste.
And we have proven that they are safe to consume too.
Well, of course, and he does drink it himself. For those of you who are drinking, can I please get a resist torture drugs roll?
Of course.
It's
This
a
would-
DV11. Don't worry, guys.
This would be
We're using the
under-
rules
Yeah.
for mixing drinks.
I
changing
don't
lives.
I don't think I can fail a DV11.
What would that be under? Body?
That would be under body.
That's a 20 for me.
Ooh.
I don't know. I'm drunk.
Onyx, you also failed
Yeah.
to roll. He would have gotten a glass for SMS if you want to roll for them as well. I forgot to. convert
SMS
into-
would have taken it graciously and then given it to me.
Ooh.
Oh, you're one of those bosses.
Well, she doesn't
Alright,
drink
so-
on the job. I know that for
Mm.
sure, but she wouldn't want
Good
to, like, out of manners, she wouldn't want to decline.
Mm.
Are you drinking both of them? Is now the
I
question.
would say that's probably why I failed.
I'm gonna need you to make a second roll then.
Oh dear.
Yes. Oh, that's perfect. I love this. Oh yeah. So, Abel, you got a 20. You put this stuff down. It is really good. It's got a nice strong bite to it. In that way that you can kind of feel alcohol hit your tongue, hit your bloodstream. You can feel that burn go down your throat. Can you tell I like drinking whiskey?
Oh, yeah.
You feel it hit your bloodstream, but it's not really affecting you. You're a rocker boy. This is what you do. The lovely Mr. Details. Perhaps you've never been like as resistant to alcohol, or maybe it's just been a little while and your resistance isn't quite where it was. You feel definitely a little buzz. This is going to give you a -1 to all actions for the next couple of hours. It's a -1. I'm not going to use it against you, I promise. Onyx, though. For the record, this was a DV11 originally, but that second drink is going to pop it up to a DV12. So the first drink you failed, second drink you failed. You, for the next few hours, are going to have a -2 to all actions.
Makes complete sense.
As you're just you got a little bit of stronger buzz going on there. Yeah. So what would you guys like to do next? You've gotten some very nice whiskey. You're in this very nice house. So you've gotten into the executive zone, but you do also have other jobs to do. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna just like kind of lean towards details, and just kind of whisper in his ear and be like, "This is your favorite kind of place, I presume. Maybe we could find something interesting in here, if you know what I mean."
I believe, mon ami, you read my mind. Is there any way of knowing whose house this belongs to? There's no corporate logos or anything, right?
This I think we covered in the last session, but this is not anyone's house so much as it is it's a clubhouse effectively that's maintained by the executive zone because they don't want you going out. This is for Onyx especially. This is the type of place where a lot of deals can happen.
Yeah.
If you guys would like to,
Meaning a lot of precious things that could go missing.
yeah, I mean, hey, I'm not going to stop you. So let's roll some dice here. I'm gonna let you guys narrate what you're doing and choose which role you are accomplishing it with, and we'll see how well you do. It can be as something as just socializing, trying to make connections. It can be, let's face it, with Abel, trying to do a little bit of stealth or maybe a little pickpocketing, or heck, maybe you try whatever you guys would like to do. Surprise me, regale me. Entertain me.
I'm not the thief. I'm not the thief here. Okay?
Entertain the chat.
I know what type of man our tech is.
Yes, we'll break the fourth wall. Damn it.
Yeah. Anybody have any ideas? I don't want to take the limelight.
I kind of want to just walk around and see who's here and if I recognize anybody. And then
go ahead.
And depending on if I recognize them based on my own personal ideas that I have, that I'm not gonna go into a little bit more in detail. That's gonna color how I approach an interaction with them.
Yeah.
That sounds a lot like a concentration check to me to remember people.
Perfect. I'm pretty good at that, I believe.
I'm going to pop into your character sheet to remind myself of some information about you.
Yeah, it would be in my background. So concentration, I got a 13. I should have spent some luck on that. I meant to, but
you know, we've only got 45 minutes left of the session. I don't think any of you guys have really taken advantage of the luck.
Yeah.
If you want to retroactively spend it, I'm very down.
I will.
This is also not a life or death situation here.
I will spend. How do I spend it?
You just say it, and it gives you a bonus.
I will spend 2 luck on it to bring it up to 15.
15. Yes. So, you are, and of course, this is the tough part for me as an interim GM, just running a filler. I have to make sure that I don't give anything to our normal GM that's too wild. But
go crazy.
Go crazy. You're gonna regret that so much. You, oh God, no, I have to make you regret that so much, don't I? uh, you start walking through this house, and because of your family background, you know this place. You know the rich rugs. You maybe don't know everybody, but you know the feel of them.
Yep.
As you go down to the basement, you go near the pool table. There's a sitting room nearby. There's a nice cigar place. You see a man. You remember him a little bit from that family crisis of being associated with it. And I'm
Which side
gonna
of it was he? The bad side or the good? On my side or the one that caused the
no,
problem?
he was the cause. You don't know if he was the cause of it, but he was definitely one of the people associated with the cause of it. Uh,
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that he appears to be a Middle Eastern man who clearly has some tech hair, nice black with pink highlights in it. Um, Tech hair, chem skin, just looks really good. That effortless, good look charm that only
Mm,
comes from a lot of money and a lot of time to look so casual. You see him kind of glance across the room and his eyes just go completely over you. He either
doesn't
didn't
remember
notice
me.
you because
Yeah.
you're not dressed right or doesn't remember you.
Excellent. And what is he doing? He's just enjoying drinks, or
Yeah, he's talking with a young gentleman, looks about half of his age. I think you can kind of tell that the younger guy is maybe an employee here, intended to like entertain the people, make sure they have a good time. He's very good at his job. You don't know if he actually likes this guy or not, but man, he's making it seem like he does.
okay? Is there anybody with him as a bodyguard, or
Go ahead and give me. I think you could either use perception or human perception here, either to look at the details or look at the dynamics of people. If you
uh,
wanted to do something like a weapons tech or maybe a cyber tech to kind of look for weapons or someone who's got more combat oriented cyber tech, that would work too. I
uh,
like throwing weird rolls at people or like
oh well, I
really
will
weird
Mhm.
definitely
options.
try to do a weapons tech check on that. Just yeah, let's do that. Oh, there we go. It might be a worse DC, but it fits my
Hey,
character a little bit more.
see, me, I work it is like the targeted thing you're looking for. It makes it easy, but it makes everything else just a little bit harder.
Mhm.
Um, you notice that there is another young man who looks like he might have been originally from his family, at least, was from Northern Africa. Uh, Bald head, very clearly used to standing in the background. He almost gives you a little bit of the vibes of SMS, at least seems familiar. You're looking over him and you see that very subtle sign of a very heavy pistol at his hip that the jacket is not quite covering. And you
Mm,
also see, you kind of ID, maybe it's real skin, maybe it's just a normal arm, but something tells you that this guy has a cyber arm and that he might be packing some sort of weaponry in there.
maybe it's Maybelline, maybe it's Cyberarm. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Um, can I
Or if you're
talk
doing
to
big
everybody
tech,
on
it's
like
always
how do our comms work? Is it like
Do you
sotto
have an
voce
internal
that like, or
agent?
do we have to speak outside out loud?
Do you happen to have an internal agent?
I have an agent. I don't think I have an internal. Internal needs to be in your ears, right?
Yes, it needs a cyber
Yeah.
audio suite. So if you have a normal agent, you can kind of be on it, texting people, and it will ping other people in the
Okay.
chat.
Mhm.
No, I
So
don't have an internal agent. That's one of the things to get in the future.
yeah,
So then I'll basically just send a text out saying that I'm gonna make a friend and maybe invite him to come home with us.
oh my.
Okay.
I'll just kind of
Just
like
play
send
along.
back like a question mark, and then be like, and then like question mark dot dot dot.
Did you put friend in quotations?
Okay. It's like
No,
I don't really know you like this, bro. Like I don't need this type of information from you at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Like,
You know what? That's a great segue, though, to focus on Mr. Abel and what you're doing in this lovely clubhouse. Before you got this
Oh yeah. Perfect.
message that has some weird language in it that you may be misinterpreting, what were you doing in this house?
I mean, unfortunately for me, because I am packing multiple weapons on my person,
Mhm.
it would look kind of strange for me to be, and also because I'm not dressed to the same standards as everyone else, it would be kind of weird for me to be walking around introducing myself to people as I clearly look like I am in the employ of someone else. And also because of my quote unquote for appearance purposes employer has drank a little too much, I'm probably just going to follow him and just kind of like, you know, stand behind them, like follow him in SMS, um, and just like kind of, yeah, like kind of keep tabs with her, like looking around, like making sure that we don't miss anything, and you know, making sure Onyx here is safe. So yeah, probably just following Onyx and you know, maybe chatting with SMS a little bit.
Yeah.
Um,
In which case, go ahead and roll me a little bit of a conversation check just to see how effectively you're socializing with SMS. Maybe
sure
you'll find out
thing,
some
and
information
I
about
get
our
a +2
mysterious
to
new
this
runner.
because it's my
First social roll of the night.
first social
Mm-hmm.
roll of the night.
Nice.
And I
Yeah,
just look
man.
so devastated against them.
Glad you remembered
So that
because
will
I
be
didn't.
4 plus 9 plus 2. So that will be a 15.
Can I
Uh,
do something funny?
you may certainly do something funny. That's why we're
Because
here.
he rolled a social roll, can I also have SMS roll a social roll to see how she receives it?
Yeah. And Abel, you weren't buzzed. Never mind. I was thinking of details over there. I should have remembered that he's a little buzzed, but hey, I didn't. Great, isn't it?
Not yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, no,
I
no.
forgot to.
I have a pretty standard policy. If I make a mistake, I always err on the side of the player because that's a much more interesting story than anything I would have come up with.
Mhm.
That's what I thought was gonna happen.
Give me a second. I gotta go look at SMS's sheet real quick because that was 0 empathy, and I gotta make sure I didn't fuck anything up.
Oh yeah, it was. Jeez,
Yeah.
she's a robot.
Nope. I know what happened here.
Yeah,
So
she
for those
should
of
have
you
like
who
a
roll,
2 or a 3, I
Yeah.
believe.
no, that is
No, it's
incorrect.
it's the thingy.
Oh, fuck.
What's wrong?
This team member might be almost a cyber psycho.
Well, for the team members, I think with the way their stats work is like their base cyberware, I don't think gets deducted from their
No.
empathy. Like I think their empathy stat is like what their empathy is after whatever their standard equipment cyberware is.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be the reason why it looks so low.
And-
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw the negative
Yeah, I
for.
put the generic ones. in
Yeah.
there. So let's go through and modify this sheet real quick here, folks, because while I think it would be
I'm ready.
absolutely great to make one of your team members a cyber psycho,
Right.
I don't think you'll appreciate that very much.
No, and I like my stop killing my net runners, guys.
Listen, not my fault. Let's pop over and do this real quick. Yeah, so with that, their empathy is actually 3, which is
Yeah.
much better.
If the
It might not reflect that in the rules, so let's keep an eye on that because the way Roll20 does NPCs versus PC sheets
Mhm.
is a little odd.
okay,
So that is actually a 7.
a 7.
Onyx, why don't you tell me how your team member reacted to this whole thing?
I would love to see what you, because I know you may have some ideas of SMS, but I imagine SMS being like the dutiful employee, but it's still a netrunner. Um, so like, as a netrunner, you spend a lot of time with computers, more computers than you do with people. So I imagine there's just an air of awkwardness to whatever response is happening. Nothing, still keeps manners, is a professional, but it's kind of an awkward professional. Is who I see her
Oh,
as.
I love that. I love that very much. I'm gonna go over here. So Abel, you start talking to SMS, and you find out kind of a lot of stuff. First off, very dutiful employee. Is a certain air of awkwardness, but I think the important note, and the note that Onyx, the player, opted not to know because it's much more entertaining
Mhm.
if you find it out in roleplay.
Yeah.
You find out how SMS feels about most people.
Oh, nice.
And in this case, they hate almost everybody, despite how cheerful and dutiful they are.
Cheerful, really? I
Yeah.
don't
No,
know.
I love that
So
shit.
Yep, I have now moved it to the part of the notes so that you can see in the GM notes. I have all these details,
love it.
so it's now up there if you want to reference it.
That's
So you're
fantastic.
talking to SMS, just trying to socialize with them. They're a little awkward and a little antisocial, and they very clearly want you to leave them the fuck alone. They are here for the paycheck, baby.
Yeah, he'll like get the hint and he'll just kind of like, just refrain from speaking about anything that isn't like important to what's going on. And like he'll just like look around. Is this like an acceptable place to like smoke indoors?
Very definitely, there are people actively smoking indoors.
Yeah, he'll just like light up a cigarette, and he'll just like use that to make sure that he doesn't start just yapping needlessly, as he just follows around Onyx, keeping tabs on everything that's going on, and he just kind of like gives SMS like a little look, like trying to like figure out what her deal is, but he won't like press her any further.
I like it. I like it. That brings us to Mr. Onyx, Mr. Very buzzed off of 2
Yeah.
glasses of very nice whiskey. Onyx. Onyx,
Um,
buddy. What are you doing?
so I'm doing the two voice thing where one voice is telling Onyx to, go find a suitable location. He knows this is how he thinks. He knows he's compromised, right? Find a suitable location,
Yeah.
sit down, and probably do some team building, small conversational exercise with my employee, right? But also
Yeah, that makes sense.
the whiskey in Onyx, would in
Whiskey.
the whiskey, would really enjoy if there was someone he could, have a conversation with that could not only elevate his team, but most importantly himself. Um, so he's looking to see if there are any connections he could make to further his goals or the goals of his boss.
So, here's how I like to do these type of things. Let's let the dice tell the story. I think a concentration check is very appropriate. We'll put it at a DV9, so it's easy to do.
Okay. Okay.
But you do have that -2 going on right now.
Okay.
If you fail the roll, you're going to start going being social, which may not be the best idea.
It really isn't.
But if you succeed the roll, you'll be in this nice clubhouse, you'll talk to your employee, you'll maybe make a good impression, maybe even get invited back.
Right? See, that's
That's what the dice decide.
the hope. But yeah, I wanted to play it. Wanted to play it right. Um.
If any of our viewers want to help this poor man,
Oh my God,
now would
help.
be the time to give him a +2.
Help me. I'm just gonna stall. I gotta find the skill. There is
Gotta
a
find
sort
the
of a
skill.
delay as well.
Yeah, he's been playing Cyberpunk for he's only been playing for like 5 years. Like
Yeah, it's only 5 years.
He
It
doesn't
takes
know where
so
the
long.
concentration skill
It'll
is.
be
Like,
fine.
You know, his fellow players who also accumulate these little dots could also give him a +2. Just
This-
say it.
I don't know.
That's true.
I personally don't know. I personally don't know what you're talking about, but
I propose the crew name should be the antagonist because we are our own antagonists.
Aren't we?
that's just me. I personally don't know what you're But
I like it. The antagonist.
It's the gaming
So-
group.
That is with the -2, which
Mhm.
brings it to a 9. You did not beat the DV.
Oh, I didn't beat the
You
DV.
have
Oof.
failed.
Oh, the
You're
whiskey
gonna
won.
go wander around. And because
Whiskey 1
I
on 0.
enjoy tormenting people and I love the comedy, I am going to say that you wander through to the bottom area where the more social stuff is happening, the pool tables, the cigar room,
Mhm.
and you see this Middle Eastern man with black
Nice.
hair,
Ugh.
pink highlights, looks like he's the type of guy who, has power, might be able to help you out. You think you might even see his team member in the background. And what do you know? Your friend Details is at the same time heading over there to make a new friend.
Very cool.
Let's role play, people.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Do I notice
Yeah.
him coming too?
You know what? I'm gonna let you two decide.
So I think Onyx will walk into the room, adjust himself. He's still Onyx. Adjust himself. And seeing this dude across the room, he would scan the room. So I think at that time you would end up seeing me see you as I also catch this dude in the back as well.
Okay. So like I kind of like nod my head towards him and like we should talk to him.
Do you send that to me? Because I do have an internal agent.
Yeah. Well, like I send him. That's the friends that I wanted to make. Because you guys already got that message, right?
Yeah. I probably just looked at it, and so I was probably checking my messages when I was scanning. I can say that.
Oh, definitely.
And then so you see me have a sly grin on my face, and I say,
What
well,
the
fuck
It's
it,
gonna
let's
be fun.
go.
Wait.
Fire. Do I clock this guy in the back as his associate?
Go ahead and
Yeah,
give
the
me
bad guy.
a human perception if you're looking for the connection between the two. If you
I
think there's
gotcha.
another role that would work too, feel free to advocate.
That'll be an 18.
18. You definitely clock that this guy is an associate of his and is keeping an eye on him, very much in the way that you are keeping an eye on Onyx right now,
Mhm.
but maybe a little bit more professional. Not
I'll just kind of look towards them, kind of just like nod my head. And as like they go over to talk, I'm just gonna take like a step back to maintain my cover, like look like I'm not trying to intrude in my boss's conversations.
Yeah. They give you a quick like once up, once down. Give you a look, which you can read into or roll
Mhm.
human perception if you would like,
Yeah.
and then give you a little bit of a nod.
Uh,
Yeah.
Also, like maintain their distance.
14 for human
Boba Fett
perception.
nod.
I think you realize the North African man, who I'll just straight up say is this guy's team member because we're all thinking it.
Yeah.
The team member has looked over Abel, has seen that he is taking a bodyguard position, but has also clocked that he's not like corporate bodyguard. Made a note of this information and then just kept on trucking.
Makes sense.
This lovely, let's say like middle-aged Middle Eastern man, black hair, pink highlights. He's still talking to the younger gentleman. Hasn't really he has looked up. He's looked at details for a minute, and then he went back to the conversation.
Mm-hmm. Um.
So I'm going to ask the younger gentleman. I'm going to give him my glass and say, "Could you please go speak to Jean-Claude about another glass of what was it called?
Fuego
Fiamma
de
de
la-
Noche."
Fire of the night,
night.
I think.
Fire of the
Mhm.
night in Spanish.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The gentleman, gives you a very polite nod and heads off, leaving Onyx and Details, and of course Abel in the background, looking at this gentleman. How do you approach him? What do you say? How drunk does Onyx seem?
Very.
Not very. He's not drunk. He's buzzed. -2, he's buzzed. I'm not that mean. I am that mean, but he didn't drink enough for that yet.
So I would come in feeling the confidence. My man. It's crazy
Yes.
to see you here. You look very, very familiar. Have we seen each other at one of these other social clubs? You're clocking me, and I just wanted. I would hate to see an old acquaintance that forget their name, and then see. You know how it is.
Onyx, what's your boss's name?
My boss's name. Great question. Is
Yeah. I could also feel
Yeah,
that
yeah.
spike of fear that just happened when I asked that question. Say to Simi loves
No,
asking
yeah,
you
I'm
guys
trying.
these
I'm
questions.
thinking of
Go
names.
for
Their
it.
son. Okay. She goes by Lotus. Or Mrs. Sun.
Mrs. Sun. He looks at you a second and is like, I do recognize you. You work under Mrs. Sun or Lotus. We're contemporaries. She's more in the robotics department. I'm more in the special projects. If you catch my meaning.
I see. I knew, and though this is there something I can roll to keep my cool? Though this should shake me, I sort of play it off like this fits my story. I might as well use it to weave this tale of how we know
I
each
think
other.
concentration to kind of
Concentration.
keep
All
it
right.
cool here would make sense. Don't forget you have that -2.
Yeah.
And no one in the chat is helping you out with a +1.
At all.
They're
You
leaving you
know.
out.
Okay. Wait. Can I want to fight for another roll.
Please, make your argument for another roll. I'm always down for that.
Can I hear me out? Right? Because I'm obviously spinning bullshit, but
Yeah.
at least enough to bribe him into a conversation. Just through at least entertainment. He might find this entertaining, at the very least. But I want to get my boy Laurent. My whole goal. I'm playing a game now. I just want to see. He said he wants to make a friend. I'm a business guy. I should be able to make friends.
Yeah.
Obviously. So I'm challenging myself. So
All right.
yeah.
Are you trying to roll bribery?
I sure am.
I'm willing to hear you out. What is you're offering entertainment for what exactly?
Like obviously I hit him up with I think I know you from somewhere. He knows my boss. So that facade has sort of been dropped, but I'm still pushing forward. I'm trying to show him that I'm a go-getter. You know what I mean? An exec to be done business with.
An exec to be done business with. Go ahead and roll me that bribery check.
-2.
So that goes from a 7
Mhm.
to a 5.
A beautiful, beautiful 5.
Let's do one of my favorite mechanics, a luck check. Please roll a d10 and let me know if you roll at or below your luck.
Yep. The whiskey run, guys. That's all I gotta say.
The -2 from the whiskey does not apply to this. This technically is not an action.
Yeah, I just have to roll that.
So
What
you're
is that? Slash roll.
Just a d10.
Just a
Slash roll
D10.
1d10, or there's a little thing off to the side where there should see a dice. You could roll from there as well.
Bet, and I have to roll under my luck or over it?
Equal to or under?
Under.
Beautiful. I rolled under.
Rolled under. He looks at you. You've been drinking. You kind of got caught flat-footed with this guy. Like,
Yeah.
oh, hey, I know your boss. He can see you floundering, and he just left. Relax. What was it? I think it was Onyx.
Mhm.
I'm call me Black. You don't have to stress out as much. I'm always looking for go-getters, people who might want to move up in the world, especially in Metacorp.
Mhm.
I am very happy to do some sort of potential exchange, however ethereal it might be. Come it, come with me over here into the lounge. Let's talk. Let's chat. He leads you over into the smoking lounge. He doesn't necessarily motion for people to leave, but it just so happens that some people go ahead and
Yeah.
vacate their seats when he's coming over. Um,
I'm gonna
you
join him also because I'm the job that he's gonna be offering.
Yeah. I sort of motion at least those two in, my two people in, trying to keep the air of the show.
Does his helper move or no?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Does his guy
He
what's
guys
his
he very subtly like just shadows you guys into the room
Cool.
again.
Mhm.
uh
I'll
Clearly
follow
following
that too.
him but keeping a distance as to not be overhearing.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'll follow his lead on that one.
Yeah. Details, are you gonna try to be joining them in the
Yes, I
same,
am.
like, yeah, let me phrase that, like sitting down with them or just kind of like taking that back role like Abel where you're
No.
clearly
I am the business that they're gonna make because I'm gonna propose some technology.
Yeah. So the three of you guys sit down in some armchairs. There are some cigars just like placed there. You guys light up. You're smoking. Mr. Black looks between Mr. Black because,
Yeah.
it just sounds cooler.
Yeah.
Looks between you details and you Onyx
Mhm.
and it's just like, so you gentlemen clearly have some ideas that you'd like to talk to me about. Uh,
Uh,
what can I do for you?
well, thank you, Mr. Black. Um, I sort of pick my hair out and put my pick into my coat pocket. And I say, I have a friend here, who is very eager, to know you. And I gesture over to, uh, Laurent, and sort of sit back and go ahead and say, speak on. I've got you your meeting.
I am going to try and not do a French accent because he didn't introduce me by name, right?
No,
Onyx didn't introduce me by
no,
name.
no. I just said my good friend.
Yeah. Uh,
Go ahead and do me an acting, just because your character naturally has the French accent, but you
yeah.
don't, just to see how effective it is.
Let's see. Acting. Oh, and I'm -1. Where is acting?
It's under
Under
perform.
social or performance. That's
Yeah,
it. Okay, I'm gonna spend 2 more luck on this also.
I like it. I should have spent one of my
15.
Oh, luck.
So 14 with the -1.
14 with the -1. I would say in this case he would be the defender, which your character doesn't know this, but he has lost this contested role, and we'll find out what that means maybe.
Okay.
He lets you go ahead and make your piece. He's just kind of sitting there with a sifter. Unfortunately, I don't have like a prop readily available to hold besides this candle, and that just looks ridiculous.
That's okay. So I'm gonna say one of the things. What do I know of Metacorp? Is like what is publicly known about Metacorp?
Um, Give me an education roll real quick.
Education.
I think that's under education.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, education under education, real easy to find.
Yeah.
Uh,
Who'd have thunk it?
Metacorp is unique for a corporation. It is actually also a nomad pack. They handle a lot of transportation, a little bit of everything as corporations do. You know that they make a very nice assault rifle.
Mhm.
And if Onyx, you would like to, out of character, hop in and bail your GM out by telling us about Metacorp, I would very much
No,
appreciate
yeah,
it.
for sure. Metacorp is one of the nomadic nations, and it's
Okay.
from where the big three sort of did the whole uh, South American conflict, then left all the soldiers, took the gear, and was like, "Hey, you know, you're here now. Be stuck." And so they had this super long walk. All of the battalions of all of the corporate soldiers and military that just got left to either kill each other or stop fighting, sort of made it back to the states or their homes. Some of the higher ups went out, hijacked a carrier, and created a small nation of nomads. And with their political ties, were able to cordon off an island so that their nation would have land and eventually turn it into a corporation. Um,
Okay.
and then in the later histories, when they became part of when the treaties between all of the nomadic nations was sort of signed and ratified between them as that they will be allies in this world. Um, Metacorp was there as well, handling a lot of the procedures and making it official so that other corporations, that's why the nomadic nations are so strong, why they exist, is that other corporations don't really want to fuck with any of the nomads, uh, or why they do, but why they still sort of skirt around it rather than just bearing their full might is because that's a lot of people to fight and a lot of resources to fight. If pulled together,
Yeah.
if they piss off one big enough, you can piss off all of them. So that's sort of Metacorp is the corporate tie from the nomad world to the corporate world.
Okay. Well, I have a new method of hiding and securing material to be transported without being seen. Let's say, so that other people are unaware. And I believe this technology would be useful to Metacorp, and or it could also be useful for the border patrol and other security companies as ways of looking for it. As I have ties with nomad nations, also, I was wondering if I would rather pay you, well, offer it to you for a fee, of course, but a man's got to eat, right?
Uh,
Of
as
course.
as he's
Of
saying
course.
this, I want an internal agent to SMS to find information on Mr. Black ASAP. Please.
Go ahead and roll for her, and
Yeah.
we will resolve that in a little bit.
Mhm. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Mhm. Interesting. Obviously, I know that you're not going to give me the full details, but do you think you could give me some generalities on how this
Yes.
works?
I could actually uh, produce a demo if you want to come to my workshop.
He looks at you and is like, I'm not opposed, but we could certainly plan something out. Not today. The busy schedule, and believe it or not, I'm working right now. But yes, what day were you thinking?
As soon as possible, because I have a lot of bills coming up and I want to pay them off before they become worse.
That is how it always works. It's one of the, I have to say though, it is one of the benefits of working for a corporation.
Yes, I
Pulls
know.
up, yes, he pulls out his agent. I could definitely do something the 15th, perhaps around 2 o'clock. Where is your workshop located?
Well, I would like to keep that a secret for the time being, as you know, I don't want you to prepare and come in with a corporate acquisitions team and just acquire all the information off of me.
Of
But
course.
if I take some contact information, I could contact you before our meeting on the 15th, and you can join us.
Of course. Um, of course. Give me just one moment. And he pulls out his agent again, starts clicking away at it. Well, I would like to get a general idea of where, not exact location, of course.
Of
I
course.
very much respect that. Uh,
Uh,
our offices are in Little Europe. Is there perhaps some place semi-public that you would be willing to meet? There is a lovely bar frequented by the a fixer of some well-renowned called the Short Circuit. I believe it's also known by a fair number of techs. Uh,
I know the short circuit. We can meet there.
yeah, same. In the same way that you don't want to reveal your location in case of a acquisition squad,
Yeah.
I don't want to go into some place in case it's
Oh, and please
elimination squad.
feel free to bring security. Not a problem for that. I'm on the up and up. I'm just looking after my bottom line too, right?
Of course, and of course. He motions a hand. It's like there's always security around. You just don't always notice them.
Oh, I saw them. Um, Also, this is not to get back to Onyx's boss, right?
Oh no. Uh, yeah. I'm not sure how much you know about the corporate world, but unless you're working together, you on a certain level are always working against one another. Truthfully, Mister Onyx over here, I was assuming that you perhaps wanted to make some inroads with a different senior executive in case, oh, case the grass truly is greener on the other side.
I am loyal, sir. But I'll keep the friendship in mind.
Friendship is always a benefit, and like I said, I work in special projects. Having someone outside of the department can be helpful. And Onyx, you hear two dings. One, which is your agent receiving his agent's information, maybe indicating to you that he also has an internal agent.
Okay.
The second is from SMS with results of her information. She went through the company roster. He What he does isn't listed specifically because Mr. Black, A, probably isn't his real name, and
Mm-hmm.
B, he works on black projects, which are the semi-legal,
Yeah.
semi-illegal jobs that corporates sometimes do. Yes, I'm so sorry. I'm not sure that I caught your name, or if I did, I was incredibly rude and forgot it. Of course, I'm Mr. Black, and you are? He says so
Mr.
forth.
Ricardo.
Ricardo.
Yeah,
Yes,
originally from Florence.
Florence. Interesting. He says it's like, so yes, 15th, 2 p.m., short circuit.
What day is
You
it
can, of
today
course,
now?
it is the 12th, so it's in about 3 days' time.
Perfect.
It's probably like getting towards the evening of the 12th, so got a few days. I'd be very happy to meet you there, go over some specifics. If you don't mind, I'd prefer a little bit of a data chip demonstration, maybe a video, some photos, nothing blueprint worthy, and we'll see if we can't make a acquisition that we all agree with.
Sure.
Hmm.
I don't have that on me now, if in case you're
Oh,
asking.
no.
Okay.
This is at the meeting, of course. At the
Oh,
meeting.
of course.
Yes. No. Where would we be if we all kept all the secret and highly valuable information on top of us? We'd
Exactly.
probably be in the bay.
They probably are, and I laugh again.
Perfect.
His eyes go a little to the left. He's like, unfortunately, my own boss is summoning me for a little bit of a cleanup routine of someone's mess. Hope you don't mind if I say goodbye to the two of you.
Oh, please go and enjoy yourself.
Of course.
Or if
Gives you
that's
a
not the case.
Yeah, of course. Gives you a nice firm handshake, and him and his team member make their way out of the manor house.
And we got cool seats, and I sit back and drink whatever's left on the
You got
table.
cool seats. I'm gonna say after all this shenanigans, it's probably like 5:30. Do you guys want to just hang out here for the rest of the night, or when do you guys want to head home?
How are we paying for this stuff, or is it assumed that
How
you're?
are you paying for
Well,
this? It's
okay,
such an interesting.
I'm not gonna lie.
concept.
My whole thing is he's left with. I'm sure he didn't like because he seemed like a pretty opulent dude. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't buy a drink, he buys a bottle. He doesn't buy
Yeah.
snacks, he buys a meal. And I imagine he
Yeah.
left sort of abruptly. Um I
I
know
will take pity upon you folks and just explain how this will probably work for you. This particular place is not exactly members only, but it's offered to the executives sort of as an amenity.
Mhm.
You're not necessarily, unless you get something real special or real unique, you're not necessarily going to be charged for the things here. You
Okay.
can't necessarily like stuff your pockets,
Yeah.
but you can enjoy an odd drink now that you've gotten past. It's like a beehive scenario. Whole lot of security on the outside of it, but if you can manage to get in,
Mhm.
smooth sailing. So yeah, you guys can enjoy some beverages, some snacks, some fun, a chance to socialize without necessarily spending any money or spending any of your entertainment options for the month. So
Oh, excellent! Then I'm
really,
definitely gonna stay here and.
Yeah. I want to give SMS some
yeah.
time to just have some fun. I tell her to take a break, let her hair down, uh do what she wants to do. I mean, stay in communications distance, but effectively break
Uh,
time.
yeah, break time. Let's do two rolls for this. Let's do if you are drinking, or there are other like sorts of drugs here, but not like stuff that's gonna get you
Mhm.
addicted. If you are going to be indulging in various vices, go ahead and give me a resist towards your drugs. How well you do on it will decide how messed up you are at the end of the night from it. And second, let's do a conversation check or another, or maybe a performance or some sort of social role if conversation doesn't work for you to represent how well you managed to mingle in this party.
After the but how much?
Can
Oh,
I,
sorry.
instead of a social roll, can I do a stealth check? Because what I want to do is follow. If SMS goes off like she's being told to by her boss, I kind of just want to like keep tabs on her, make sure she doesn't like get into trouble with how poorly she talks to people. But I don't
So nice.
necessarily want her to like know that I'm following, um, and
You
like
can give
keeping
you
tabs on
if you
her.
are doing that, you can very much give me a stealth check. I am
Okay,
here for it. For the record,
I
her
will use my
pool
luck
is
for this.
4. It's not terrible.
So that will be a 20 for my stealth
Oh yeah. Yeah,
with my
no.
2 luck.
You are great. You are the knight. You are Batman. You are but more accurately, you are seen, but you are moving in such a way and like acting in such a way is that you are seen, but you are not acknowledged and you are not remembered.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And if you are gonna like drink or stuff like that, give me that resist torture drugs, and then
Yeah, fuck
let's
it, I'll be drinking.
yeah, and
Perfect.
then let's go over to LOL or details and have you make those two rolls.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my.
I'm going to social first.
Yeah.
Conversation.
Conversation.
I haven't spent my +2. Do I spend it now or?
You can certainly spend it now.
I have 3 luck left. I will spend it
Last roll
on
of the night.
this, and so 1 luck on that. So bring it to 12, and then on the resist torture, I'll spend the other one. The other 2 luck on that. So 15 on resist torture and 12 on conversation.
12 on conversation. I think it's maybe the fact that you haven't been in this particular area for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Even if nothing really changes, enough of the tiny things changes that it's hard to connect with these people in the way that you would. You don't put your foot in your mouth by any means, but I don't think you make any meaningful connections
That's
or
fine.
that like you have a good time. And with that 15, you very much you imbibe, you maybe go home a little bit buzzed, maybe a little bit drunk, but you're not like blackout, you're not in any sort of danger. Mr. Abel, I saw that you did an implosion for your resist torture drugs.
Yes. So that will be hold on, let me do the math. That will be a 10 in total. But he won't be drinking, but he will be doing drugs that are on offer.
Yeah. I think you end up doing some like mild hallucinogenics, maybe some mushroom, maybe some acid, some sort of like feel good chemicals, maybe some like dwarfs that just make you feel super good. And you lose a little bit more time than you wanted. When you leave, you're a little bit more fucked up than you wanted. Not like something bad is going to happen, but you're definitely going to feel this in the morning. You might wake up with some strange packages on the way, or like some really weird voice recordings, or maybe your friend saying like, dude, what the fuck were you talking about last night? Like techno necromancers from Alpha Centauri, what the fuck is this shit?
Good reference.
Hey, that's just real, man. That's just real.
And Mr. Onyx, why don't you hop in here as well?
So I would first, probably seeing that I was already buzzed, I've had my fun. I would want to like come down for the rest of the evening, and find, like, I know they have like sometimes art galleries or like little art things. Maybe a painting room. Maybe there's some dancers, something. But I want to find that room and just relax. I want to, if I can sit down, look cool, and enjoy what my bosses enjoy. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I want to live in that. I want to
He wants to
visualize.
role play
I'm
as being your
visualizing.
boss.
Yeah, I'm visualizing for my future. This is on my dream board. You know, like I'm
I
living in the
think you end
life.
up on the I think you end up on the second floor where there is a little bit more dancing, a little bit more risque stuff.
Mhm.
It doesn't sound like you're trying to socialize though.
No,
So maybe conversation isn't the best role here.
can
Maybe
I
it's something
wardrobe in
that's a little bit
style?
more Yeah, why don't you wardrobe in style?
Just
Yeah,
sit
just
back.
gotta look as cool as
Yeah,
possible.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to get eyes on me so they remember me later. You know what I mean? So if I come back,
You know what?
good
I'm down for
impression.
that.
You know? Like,
I'm down for that.
um
Damn, that's a fine
Woohoo!
roll. That's a 22. You are looking good. You are gonna be remembered. Like, you got it. And if you're doing any sort of substances, why don't you give me a resist torture drugs?
oh, no
And I'm not gonna
substances.
lie, I really hope that No
No
substances. Oh
substances.
yeah,
I'm
you're
just
fine.
chilling. Yeah.
Yeah. You let the little bit of buzz that you started
Mhm.
out with the night end up, and you just end up vibing and chilling and just having a very good time.
Like if they have like
And
fancy
I think
smoothies and shit, food. I'm
oh yeah,
doing
they
that.
got all sorts
You
of things
know,
you can
give me the
do.
vitamins
Yeah.
that we don't get in the city. You know what I mean? Like
Watching a risque dancer, drinking a smoothie,
yeah,
looking fine, like a weird but somehow appropriate exec vibe.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. And I think that is how you guys will end your night. However, before you leave, I think part of your socialization is like talking to Jean Claude and stuff like that. He very much appreciates that you got this package to him so quickly because it has been delayed. Y'all get a little bit of a bonus. He gives
Nice.
each of you a bottle of Fuego de la Noche, which
Ooh.
is $100
Yes.
value alcohol. It is the type of thing where you could sell it for a little bit of money.
Mm-mm.
You could give it to
Hell
someone
no, I'm
as a
drinking that
little bit
shit.
of a gift and maybe earn some good favor, or just drink it for yourself. Or it's the type of thing that could be a nice little bribe or a nice
Yeah.
little social lubricant. Use your
For sure.
imaginations. You got $100 bottle of booze.
Yeah, and you guys see as we're like heading back to the car that Abel has like his cane like tucked up under his arm, like he's not walking with it, and he just walks perfectly fine. Because I don't think I've mentioned this before, but his limp is like fake. Like he had an injury to his leg,
Hmm.
but he doesn't actually like limp. He just does that to make people feel like like sympathy and like feel like he's not a threat. But like because his guard is down from doing all of these drugs, he's just like y'all just see him like walking around normally, like whistling and shit. And like he's just having a jolly good time.
That
I like it.
Yeah. Let me see if I even notice it.
Yeah, throw some rolls in there. We're here to roll dice, damn it.
Oh, I rolled the wrong person, but she can look.
That was SMS.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
might
yeah,
want to
and
roll yours
speaking
because
of
I feel like it might
SMS,
be higher.
how did SMS do with all
Oh,
the
yeah.
socializing?
Yeah.
What did she roll for conversation? Did she ever roll one?
I mean, I was assuming
I
she was
mean-
just kind of chilling out in the background, but if you want to roll for her, go for it.
Well, yeah, I would want to know what she, because you know her mind.
Well, yeah, was
Yeah.
she even like when I was watching her? Was she even talking to people, or was she just
Yeah, what
like
was she
hiding?
doing?
Go ahead and roll me a conversation. Let's see what SMS was
Okay.
up to.
There it is. 2 sheets. I have to remember who's who.
2 sheets.
Uh,
I usually detach one and then minimize the one I'm not using.
It's a whole thing. I have like 8 windows open right now.
Oh yeah, you're
Uh,
one of those.
It's not a ranged weapon. I'll get there. There it is.
Not very well.
SMS. I think they tried a couple of conversations, realized they can't connect with people at all, got themselves a nice drink, got themselves a nice snack, and kind of like posted up in like the movie theater that you could see there
Mhm.
and just watched a movie most of the night. That's what SMS did.
Tracks.
Nice.
Yeah.
Tracks. I just
Folks,
imagine this little business
I-
goth just in the
Yeah.
corner.
Little antisocial business guy who
Is she a
just hates
business goth?
everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Probably
perfect.
wants to be at home, but her boss is here and has said, "Go have fun."
Yeah.
And now she's stuck here.
After like when I'm talking and everything like that, I'm going to, as I'm making friends, tell anybody that's looking for companionship. I think there's a goth girl in the movie theater that is lonely and looking like she wants a boyfriend or a
Oh,
girlfriend. I'm not actually
no.
sure what she goes for, but I
You're
would
just
totally
sabotaging-
like. It would be easy to
No,
score
carry
with her
on.
tonight.
Carry on.
That's fucked.
Give me a sec. Give me a
Oh,
sec.
no.
Y'all want to do bits? Let's do some bits.
Oh, come
Give
on!
me a
Like
sec.
What is he rolling a 10 on?
I don't take the shits. I just disturb them.
Yeah. Let me look at this lady. Let me look at this lady.
My poor Netrunner.
SMS is gonna kill the rot before he gets the chance to have his meeting.
See this.
Well, she won't know it was
Okay.
me.
Okay.
That's what you think.
You send this to at least one gentleman, right?
Yeah.
One person of indeterminate gender for the purposes of this little
Mhm.
narrative bit.
Oh no, it's like while we're talking. Like I tell a person face to face.
Oh no. I'm just not narrating this person's identity because this is a joke. Hopefully
yeah.
they will never show up again.
Oh, okay, sure.
And we got to include our non-binary folks in the cyberpunk universe
Mhm.
because they're here. So this person of indeterminable gender,
Mhm.
you tell them this. They go into the movie theater. A couple minutes pass. They immediately like run walking out of there, face paled, looking terrified, and leave the manor.
You don't
That
just
woman got a 21 on her face down versus a
boy.
6.
holy fuck.
Face down too.
I just
Christ.
imagine having Wednesday as a net runner. Korean Wednesday as a net runner is what I imagine.
I'm just hoping for by the end of
Not with it.
this adventure or for the next campaign and she returns,
Mhm.
by the end of it she's going to be married. That's my
Oh,
goal.
she will be returning for season
yeah.
2, guys.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yes, you will.
No, yeah, because Onyx will be returning for season 2,
Mm-hmm.
as well. Also around.
The lovely Miss SMS just got herself a reputation of 1 by scaring the ever-loving fuck out of some guy
Very
in
nice.
the executive.
Very nice.
NPCs tend to end up very powerful because I love bits and they will just slowly accumulate abilities.
I love it.
Because I thought it was funny. Yeah. All right, folks.
Totally
I
funny.
think
Yeah.
I think that is our session. let's do these lovely magic
Yeah,
moments. Especially
perfect.
since I have a game that starts very soon
Oh, well,
that I need to
Cassidy.
go
Yes,
to.
I will have to go very soon as well.
Well, sorry, Cassidy.
Okay, magic moments.
hmm
Boom. Okay, so my favorite part of this session was when Abel and Laurent absolutely tag teamed that poor
Oh my
fucking
God.
kid
Oh my god.
with 2 face down rolls in the alleyway. Just absolutely put him in this place. Laurent being like, "Yeah, I know your mom. You know, tell her I said hi. Stopping by." So no,
Oh,
that had me cracking up. That was
beautiful
great.
use
I
of that
love that.
information.
That was my magic moment.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And who are you? Where can we find you? Uh,
My name is Cassidy. You can find me on Discord at Cassidy_Grant. If you ever want to talk, if you ever want to give me some DMing advice, if you ever want to know more about the world, I'm always open to sharing. I'll also be running more TTRPGs soon, and if you're interested in joining, please shoot me a DM on Discord or a friend request. I am always looking at those. Yeah, if you want more of me, this upcoming Thursday at 2 p.m. EST or 12 MST, you can find me on twitch.tv/orcskull, where I will be playing Kane, another rocker boy, as we undergo a series of events. I think we will be stopping a booster gang from acquiring things from an armored truck. It's either that or we're going to be doing a train robbery. So if
nice.
either of those two things sound interesting to you, please stop by this Thursday. I would love to see you. I think that's all for me. So yeah.
Oh yeah. LOL.
LOL.
hmm
You wanna
So yeah,
take us away?
my magic
Gonna
moment
go.
for tonight. I can't say the double team on the kid because I want to be original. Um, I think finding the other Frenchman in Night City and then bonding over alcohol was
hmm
really cool. I also really like that. I really like that our Onyx's assistant or employee is a corporate goth,
hmm
and she managed to make or they managed to make themselves a reputation by the way they talk down
Yeah.
a potential suitor that tickled the cockles of my heart, or maybe even the subcockle region. I'm not sure word, but that was just perfect.
Yeah. Great. Hell yeah. Um.
And so yeah, I'm on Facebook under my name, Johnny Rossi. Uh, Instagram also, and on Discord, I think it's Johnny 080 182. So you can Johnny spelled GIANNI, like Versace.
Nice. And our wonderful GM. Magic moment.
Oh yeah, that's me. um, let's see. What was my magic moment? I would say my magic moment was me bringing you to this, like going through the mission, letting you complete it, like altercation with the strikers, which at some point we'll have to post the link to that because I love that artist
hmm
and that was the inspiration for this gang. Uh, just having you guys do the entire mission, like giving you the slice of life, and then just throwing you guys into the sandbox that was this clubhouse and just saying, have fun, guys. You tell me what you're gonna do. And getting to see you guys all react and role play, getting to touch on details like backstory, get to see Abel just turn into the bodyguard, and get to see Onyx get fucking buzzed and not quite make a fool of himself, but definitely like run into one of like someone in the company who's higher up than him. It's like, oh shit, I am not. I am a little drunk right now. Holy shit.
Oh, Abel, now that you played the bodyguard, you have to release I will love whatever Whitney Houston's song is.
That's what
Your
Red
own
City
version
is.
of it.
It's a
Oh,
cover.
Yeah.
That's what Red
yeah.
City is.
That's what Red City is.
Nice.
And Red City will probably come up in our next session
Ooh.
because I did ask for that name
Ooh.
for a very specific reason.
And where can we find you?
Oh yeah, you have to be able to find me. I forgot about that. Yes, you can find me on Discord as Fire and Bone, also on Instagram as Fire and Bone 16. if you guys want to check me out a little bit, message me, give me notes. I don't know, share art with me. It'll be fun. I like making new friends.
Perfect. He's a good friend to have, guys. And myself, I am Jaws, solo powered bard. Thank you once again for watching Nuclear Eddies. My magic moment for the show. I'm gonna cheat because I'm last. Of course, we had the double team. Like I said, beautiful use of information. I had a plan, and there was no use for it. Fucking alley-oop, goddamn, it was great. Second, the whiskey won. I enjoyed that. I let that happen. That was a fun roll to roll. And yeah, I really just enjoyed and we talked about it in the intermission, but how our players are starting to work together. It really is just a team of faces. Like really talented faces that do things, but it's a team of faces. So this is gonna get like this whole encounter. I think we dodged a lot of conflict.
Oh, you did. You very much did. It was great. I made it so you could dodge it, and it was nice to see that you managed to do it.
Yeah, it's really nice to play it
into the executive zone. That was an option. I didn't know what you guys were going to do at that point.
It's really nice to play a game of Cyberpunk that doesn't devolve into combat all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So it was real fun.
It seems as if this if you're okay with it, Fire, with running more sessions of this, it seems like there may be more sessions for this than originally intended, if you're cool with that.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Running more than just the original 3, yeah.
Yeah, no, you guys do still have the other 2 components, so it is gonna go a little bit faster. You guys are getting to see what is probably the best thing about me as a GM, but also the worst thing about me is sometimes things will just happen. I'll improv, and now there's a whole new adventure and story that my players really want to go check out. I'm like, cool, let's make this up on the fly. Like Mr. Black,
Yeah.
that was
No, yeah,
completely
I mean,
improv.
That's completely cool. I mean, if you are not like eager to like urgently get back in the player seat, I'm totally cool if we like explore these like side stories before we head into season 2.
Yeah, I love that. Like, just let me know when you're ready to run season 2, and I will run some fun stuff until then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Cool.
And I eventually want to run a game too with you guys.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
I love that.
I love it. I love
I
this
would
rotating
love-
seat.
Maybe you could run the next intermission, or if we
Yeah.
do
Sure.
like maybe because season 2 will be longer, maybe we'll do like a halfway break in between it where we do a couple side stories.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna go be
in the middle
picking
or
up all the new stuff at Gen Con this year. So
Hell yeah.
Nice.
yeah.
But yeah, we'll talk about. I like this. Good team here, guys. Good crew. And I'm really
Are
appreciative
we still
for.
live on air?
Yeah, we are. I'm really appreciative for you all and for everyone who's watched. But with that being said, I'm Jaws, the Solar Power Bard. Here we do some Final Fantasy stuff, some DJing things, some cybersecurity work, some CVE research, live coding, programming, finding out what the fuck's going on the internet. Overall, just that dude on the internet that you know you love. So until next time, drink your water, take your meds, find somebody you love, and hit them with a goddamn body roll. And until next time, stay patch, peeps. Appreciate you.
Peace.
Yeah.
Now.
I gotta go put my groceries away.
Very good idea.
That was fun, guys. Thank you again.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm glad you
Thanks for
guys
being
enjoyed
here.
it.
man.
Thank you for coming.
No problem. And yeah, I'm serious. I would love to do intermission the next one,
Mhm.
and like maybe even jump it forward or backwards in time.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, because
I love
like
that.
the moment I get the official books about 2077, I'm running all my games like that. Because now I'm kind of
So yeah, because like our intermissions, like this one right now is taking place between season 1 and season 2.
Yeah.
But like if I ever run an intermission or something, like we're going completely off the rails. We're going to like fucking like Africa or something to do shit. So like it does not have to be contained within Night City or within the current timeline. Like we could go into like do like some alternate universe stuff even if you want to do that. We
No,
could do,
that's
like, jumps in the future, jumps in the past, any of that stuff.
My-
However you want to run
That's
it.
my only thing I ask as challenges to all GMs, including myself, if I ever sit in that seat too, is everything that we do has to find its way into our canon. That's the only thing I ask.
Oh. Don't worry, that's my specialty, doing random bullshit and trying to make it all work out
Yeah.
for the fact.
Yeah, that'll work. Don't worry
Oh
about
yeah,
it.
for sure.
Yeah. Gents, I gotta go. I'm actually already 20 minutes late for the other
Yeah.
game that started at 4.
Excellent.